Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of the smobcast. So last week, I know we were doing the tier list for solos and all, but that was already kind of strenuous as it was, so I don't want to like force it and do just one after another.
Yeah.
I don't want all of these episodes to be the
I
solo.
mean, we already rated Tyra to be the best. I think we can stop it. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, we got the first like 30 done. That's all we
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah.
But maybe we could pick that up next week. But for today, we're going to be going over some hot takes of our own. So, I mean, we've got the real hot take guy over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the guy that has a series called Hot Takes.
Yeah.
And I heard that you have one that may or may not relate to a previous conversation that we had before I started recording.
Yeah. Very interesting. We'll go through that very quickly, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess we're
After
just gonna
the intro.
alternate on the hot takes.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, okay, you ready?
Hello. Oh! I thought you're gonna do some intro, like, hey everybody,
Oh, that was the
something.
intro. Yeah, hey,
Oh, that was it.
it's
All right.
Smopcast. Yeah.
So, well, to continue what we were talking about, my hot take is actually that I think like a lot of people in terms of next year's collab, a lot of people want Strange Fake, a lot of people want Melty Tsukihime, not Melty Blood, sorry. But I think Samurai Remnant is the correct choice. I think it is going to be more
Mm,
hyped than both of those collabs, including Tsukihime. This is where it's hot because people are like, "Oh my
oh,
god, Tsukihime is going to be the best thing ever." But you know, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. Personally, I'm biased because I didn't read Tsukihime. That alone is enough to get
that's
people
how
to
you know he's a
cancel me.
real Fate fan.
Yeah,
He doesn't
that's how
read.
you know I'm a real FGO fan. Like I started Type Moon from because people introduced me to FGO and I watched Fate Zero and all that. So I'm biased, but I think Tsukihime might not work that well because Nasu will probably try to tie it in to maybe major events as they
Yeah.
released Arcoade like it's a cameo character, or they want to tie it into like actual FGO story, which you know there are signs of other Type Moon works sort of seeping into seeping into FGO. Like there are some ideas even from notes, right, with the RA and you know Black Barrel, and then you know
Yeah, Lost Belt
ORT,
7.
yeah, Lost Belt 7, ORT, all that. So like it definitely feels like it's something that is more than a collab. It's something that they really want to incorporate into the main story. Now you can say you know Arcade is kind of the same, but for better or for worse, I'm actually a little bit disappointed of the lack of involvement of Draco. Like it's just nobody's gonna bring her up anymore into the future in the main story. I assume, but she's like the first beast class we summoned, presumably the only beast class we could summon so far by Nasu as well. So
Yeah,
I
I,
don't know.
I was actually going to mention what someone in chat said. Yeah, a certain someone did show up in Tunguska's
Yeah, yeah.
prologue. Yeah, yeah,
Is it
Nero.
prologue or epilogue? Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah,
The
Nero,
the,
but
the
not the Umu type of Nero.
yeah
The
the
one that doesn't even look like
the,
Nero
the
in any
correct way
way.
to spell Nero. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
um.
that guy popped up.
Oh, yeah.
And then
So
we also got I don't know why names
I
aren't
know
popping up here.
Shiki.
Uh, fucking
There's a-
Sion or Shion, whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah, of
Yeah, I
course,
mean
dude.
the fact that she's in the game, obviously.
I almost thought it's like okay, that wait, what are you talking? That's an FGO character. I'm like, oh wait, hold on.
Yeah,
It's uh
yeah,
oh, we gotta get chastised again because I thought you know like this one at least is a very FGO character. You know she I don't know, but yeah, like these are definitely uh I think topics that are worth more than a collab. Dare I say so?
yeah. Same.
And Strange Fake is slow. It's way too slow. They're gonna start the first episode starting next year. And did the guy even finish Strange Fake? Did he finally finish it like the
I
on paper?
I don't know if he has.
Yeah, like what's
I don't
happening
have
here?
much
Like
else to contribute there.
I honestly I think it's I don't know. It's their yeah lineup is big. It's crazy, but I think it's also too early. Unless they want to pull another Requiem, don't pull another Requiem, please. I like the Requiem character. I like
So
Kijo Koyo, but
yeah,
no,
yeah, same. um,
like
so back on the idea of a Samurai Remnant collab.
yeah.
Uh, I I'm kind the one thing about that I'm kind of sad about is I can almost guarantee you that there's only one non-servant that has a chance of getting into FGO as a servant, which is Iori.
Yeah,
Uh,
Iori, the main
but
character.
but that's a shame because like, Assassin's Master, I really like her.
Oh well, yeah, she's not becoming a character. She's
Yeah,
not she's not becoming a character, dude.
yeah.
I there was a fight where I had to protect her. I'm done with her. There was a fight I had to protect her. Uh, while I'm also dealing with the boss, she's starting to piss me off. Uh, but
Yeah. I kind
but
of
yeah, I
like
need
Berserker's Master's design too. That's
yeah,
the
uh,
very painted up person, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
thought she was the first time I saw her in the trailer. I was like, I thought she was like, I don't know why I thought she was Okuni. It was weird. But
Eh, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm not gonna make a joke about that.
yeah.
I'm white. Uh,
But yeah, I mean
uh,
they're all dressed up, face painted. They all look the same. But like, yeah. But she's also interesting, yeah, for sure. But unfortunately, yeah, I do think only Iori has a chance to become a servant, which is cool. He's probably the welfare. Like it's every time. It's
yeah.
like Sieg.
Oh yeah.
Sieg
Yeah.
is the welfare.
Yeah. He
Shiki's
feels
the
like the type.
welfare. Yeah. Who else is like a main character and is a welfare? Eris, right from Requiem, right? It's like the main master. So yeah, he's gonna be a pretty cool welfare.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah. Probably just gonna make him a saber. I don't know why they wouldn't make him a saber, but
Yeah.
unless they decide to make some other weird class like a master class, I could actually see that becoming a thing sometime in the future. Maybe not in FGO, but
Oh my god, master class.
yeah. But
Yeah.
by the way, we can very clearly hear you when you're smacking your chops.
Oh yeah, I'm drinking
Yeah,
coffee. Sorry.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a very hot mic. Okay, so moving on, I got like 10 hot takes, and I just dropped my list. I got 10, and I'm not sure which one to go with because I feel like the top one is a bit too hot to start with.
Yep.
Um, I got some really hot ones though. Damn.
Wow. I'm
Um,
very excited because I honestly I've struggled to come up with quote unquote hot takes, especially regarding the gameplay side that we haven't covered before.
yeah. Oh,
But
I
yeah.
mean, yeah. A lot of these I do feel a lot of the people that are regularly in my chat,
Mm-hmm.
they will already know these. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
pick a number between 1 and 10.
7.
7. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, okay. This one isn't too scalding of a take, but the Gajuna boss fight. This is actually like one of the least hot takes I have.
Wow.
The Gajuna boss fight is not that hard.
I
Yeah,
agree. I
yeah,
definitely agree.
yeah.
I think
The one with forced Karna, that is, because I know everyone
yeah,
complains about that one.
yeah. Well, it's really abusable with taunt. That
Yeah,
in my opinion, I think it can get a bit annoying, and also after honestly, like let's be real, I think after Castoria, it's just
oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It just a big part of why people struggle a lot with it is because a lot of people just don't rely on taunts. A lot of the game doesn't call for that type of setup.
Yeah.
But when you have to deal with like high single target damage, like turn to turn, then that's going to fuck up your the traditional teams that people build with like heal per turn, because you can't
Yeah.
out heal him if he does like 10,000 damage in 2 hits.
Yeah. I'm gonna actually go on that and say like I feel like FGO should teach people to use taunt,
Oh
which
yeah,
is
definitely.
which you might ask like how do they do that? I'm not saying like oh they should have a tutorial or they should even have like a fight to
Oh,
teach people to use taunt.
dude,
I
they definitely should make some sort of tutorials though, because there's not much
Yeah,
navigation
true.
early
There's a
on.
lot of hidden game mechanics and stuff.
Yeah,
But honestly, I feel like they should make more free taunt Cs because they've made so many star bombs and they've just never made any free taunt Cs. I think
I
star bombs and taunt Cs are both like just
I
utility
actually
items.
disagree there.
Really?
Because if you have enough taunt CEs, that kind of invalidates a lot of other taunt servants that like for example George. If you have
I
Poster
suppose.
Girl, if you have Poster Girl, George is basically useless because you can
Hmm.
make anyone into George.
I suppose that's correct. Yeah.
Although like one turn taunts, they're not as crazy. Uh,
Yeah.
because like that sometimes I have some servants that I want to work into a team, but I'm worried about getting them out of the team, like designating them the one to die, and that can help. That can
I
help a
guess
bit.
then just don't make 3 turn taunts. I think three like I agree 3 turn taunts are should be exclusive. I think Poster Girl should be like a obviously it should hold its exclusive position. Like maybe at most give people a chance to pick up an alternative version of it maybe on in the gotcha. But I just want some like free utility stuff. Like the only ones we keep getting is Star Bomb. I don't really see anything else. Like we barely see stuff like Ox King, or Merciless One anymore, right? Like the on death MP charge or like yeah the TA brain, haha. But like honestly, I think on death or on like intro effects are interesting
Oh yeah,
to
there
have.
needs to be more of
Uh,
those. It's
yeah,
such an
they
interesting like it can
yeah
open up a lot of interesting gameplay options. Like
yeah
and sometimes like I just don't have a craft essence I want to put on my support because sometimes the charge on death is a waste because they've already gotten enough charge. Maybe the stars are pointless because I've got a quick servant that's making a billion all the time.
mm-hmm,
Uh,
mm-hmm.
like if I'm running Jufu, for example, anyone past her, and having a star bomb on them is basically useless because I've always got at least 30.
Yeah, yeah. That's why we don't get BG and Poster Girl. Okay, here's the thing with BG and like I think they're a bit different. So CEs that came out initially, K Scope, Black Grill, Prisma Cosmos 2030, mono effects, or even to some extent the Amakusa CE,
Yeah,
mono effects. They're just singular effects that they made into a CE. They've realized that they are usually the optimal choice, especially if
yeah,
you have like a full on team to support what the servant is lacking already. I think split effect CEs have been becoming less and less valuable. The
oh yeah,
more the better your team becomes, the less valuable a split effect C would be, in my opinion. Because if you have everyone to cover one front from your supports, then you can just use your C to make up for that other front that you want the most. I think I've always teased about the idea of a 5-star version of Iron Will training, but I know they will never print that. Um, I really want
yeah,
that actually as a CE, which is just defense
yeah.
up, universal, no bullshit, but 5 stars. So it's more than the number it has now. But yeah,
Dude, they just make too many mixed effects these days. They know that starting charge is really good, so they've made all sorts of combinations for starting charge,
yeah,
and like dude, they
yeah.
made they made one that's like 8% Buster, 8% arts, 5% NP gain, and 50% charge. Like, that is so specific. And we have, like,
Yeah.
other ones that are, like, 15% attack and 50% charge.
It's
Like,
almost never gonna be the best option. Like, yeah, you everybody's
yeah.
just waiting for the quick version of cranking and uh
I mean,
whatever
technically we've already gotten it, but it's split stat, so
yeah, split stat.
yeah.
So like
It's the one that's like hyper realistic Sakura. It's kind of
yeah,
kind of weird.
from Christmas. Yeah, like I do like the recent approach they're taking though, which is specific power mods. Like if you're gonna print a bunch of CEs with 50 MP start and something else, if you're gonna print like a bunch of it, you might as well print ones that are situational, right? Like anti-man, anti-demonic, anti-whatever. They anti-divine. They got a bunch of those. I actually like those. I think those are interesting. But other than that, I don't know.
Yeah. It's sort of just the Voyager of the Storm problem. Like on paper it looks like a pretty good skill, like at least for a little bit of burst damage, because you got like 15% attack, you got 15% NP damage.
Yeah,
Multiplicatively, it's a decent boost in your NP damage. The problem
yeah,
is you're better off with like a 50% attack buff, because once you
yeah,
start stacking other buffs into it, those smaller numbers become less valuable because you're multiplicatively already like you're going to get more out of a big boost in one direction because you can
yeah.
focus on other damage
Yeah.
buffs.
And then you just multiply them instead of
Yeah,
adding them. I think another issue with a lot of Cs these days is buff numbers has become really crazy.
yeah,
Like obviously this is talking about, you know, if you have multiple supports or even you're cycling out supports for min turns. This is obviously it's not as severe an issue, but this is an issue I found out when I was trying to compose teams for min turns. Um, because I one day I was just wondering why are people still using Victor of the Moon? Like why, like its effect honestly doesn't seem that crazy. Crit buffs are flying all over the place. And it has like a tiny buster up, which is even more common. Like it's so easy to have like
it's
a two, three
400
hundred percent.
attack more than everything else.
Yes. The only reason people use that is it's 400 attack more than anything else. And
Yeah,
if your servant isn't focusing on doing MP damage, they're literally just using that for the 400 more attack, because that's the last like stat in the game that is not bloated, because you can't scale raw stats
yeah,
for raw attack stats. That's literally the last stat that is safe from being watered down by all these crazy ass supports. So, which is really hilarious.
yeah,
It's
and
hilarious, but
that's part of why Black Grail is so absurd.
yeah,
Not only is it like the best boost in damage of any craft essence that lasts more than 3 turns at least,
yeah,
uh, it's also just like the highest boost in attack that you can get. It's
yeah,
2400. There's so few
yeah,
things that have 2400, and it's good that they started bringing those back, because I think they made 2 different craft essences that are like side grades
24.
to Victor of the Moon and
Yeah,
another ending. Uh,
yeah,
so it's nice that they're bringing that back, because it's kind of unfair that some craft essences just have that edge, and then on top of
hmm,
that they're really good. Unless it's
yeah.
fucking Grudge.
I'm pretty sure they,
500-year Grudge has 2400
yeah,
attack for no reason.
yeah. I think the one that has it was Rising Mud Rain. I think that one has 2400. I think
I
the
want to
Berserker
say,
Grail does not. Does it not?
yeah, yeah, that one doesn't. That one,
Yeah,
it's such a, that's so dumb that they made that one what it is, because like the demerit of Black Grail for the most part doesn't affect berserkers anyways, because 500 HP, that they're gonna die because they took like 5000 damage, not because they took a little, just tiny bit more damage. Like their HP, they get so little out of their HP to begin with that the demerit doesn't really matter.
hmm,
So the only trade-off is, okay, now you have a little bit more HP and you drop 400 attack. That's assuming you
yeah,
even max out that craft essence. They just dropped the ball really hard with that one in particular.
yeah. No, it's just kind of useless, unfortunately, if you do already have Black Grail. Um,
And they really need to make some sort of change for Bond CEs too, because they suffer from that issue too. There's so few Bond CEs that are worth using,
Yeah,
because
just because of the stat.
yet
Yeah.
sometimes they even have really good effects that are better
Mm-hmm.
than a lot of craft essences, but they just
Mm-hmm.
they just have no stats that they add, so they end up being worse just because of that.
Yeah, like for example, for Tyra, sometimes her Bonsi is revived with I forgot how many percent HP and also 30% MP damage up. Sometimes I actually prefer using the one of the Neurofest ones, or the two goddess. What is it called? Two
Two goddess,
goddess, three
one foot,
legs, or something. Yeah, yeah. The weird, the
three-legged
weird.
goddess.
Yeah, three-legged goddess. Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. I definitely didn't use the right name. I've called it that in the past. It's oh no.
Yeah, but like just because of the attacks, right? Like it's I don't know. Yeah, they should fix Bond C stats. It's just it's really stupid. It's really stupid how you can't max it. It's really stupid how it caps at 500. It doesn't even cap at 1,000, 1,000. Like I could mildly understand if it was a thousand, 1,000, but oh no,
Yeah,
it's yeah, not 500. It's 100, 100. Sorry, is it 100, 100? Yeah, it's 100, 100.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's absolutely horrendous. Um, as an offensive CE, they're just not useful at all. Um, yeah.
One of the things that people that I've seen people sort of say as a counter to that, which I guess it makes some sense. They don't. It's because Herc would get a disproportionately large boost out of it because his best craft essence is already his Bond CE. But
I
I
mean,
think that's more of an exception to that.
what's wrong
Like,
with that?
yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, he's already really good at what he does. Like, that's gonna make him
Yeah,
a little bit better at what he does. But the
yeah,
problem isn't him. Like, are we going to shit on like 300 and however many servants just because one servant gets more of a boost than the others?
yeah,
Like, that's dumb.
yeah. Okay. So my argument is giving him Castle of Snow in the first place is already shitting on the other 300 plus
Yeah,
servants.
exactly.
Like who cares? Like it's not making things worse. Like that's just how his design is. He's mid without the bond CE, and he needs his bond CE to function normally. Even his anniversary buff was basically designed around his bond CE. Like getting the buster up when triggering guts if he doesn't have his bond CE is actually kind of a shitty buff, not gonna lie. So like his whole character is already built around his bond CE. You might as well, right? I don't understand. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's I just yeah. Honestly, I feel like Bonsi's. I feel like it wouldn't be crazy if they made them 2000 HP. Like either they increase everything to 2000 for HP and attack, or they just go over and overhaul the effects of them. And I don't think they're gonna overhaul everyone's. It's just some of them desperately need it because fucking Asterios doesn't need 15% quick for the team. Like I'm never going to use him as a
yeah.
quick support.
I think this is just a long gone thing. Like the when they said they were gonna rework it, I believe them. I believe they tried. I believe they tried to rework it, and they're just like, oh, I forgot how much shit we put into the game for the past 5 years, right? Like all of this is just complete garbage. Like there's barely any effort put into designing. It's like there's like less than 30 bonsies that are like designed with gameplay in mind. Like most of these are just in lore and
Yeah,
team boost, right? Like you can literally guess what a servant's bonsi was gonna be. Like by looking at their kit or their lore. Like, oh, Durga is anti-sky and anti-demonic. Guess what her Bonsi is? It's either gonna be team anti-sky or team anti-demonic. Guess what it is, right? So like
yeah,
they they might as well give us something cosmetic.
Yeah.
I don't understand. It's basically cosmetic. Like Bonsees are so bad most cases that they're basically cosmetics. There are a few that are very interesting, like Summer Kiara's, which is a full heal guts. Like we've never, I don't, I'm pretty sure that's not in the game other
Yeah.
than that Bonsee. And then we have obviously Tyra's pretty good. Draco's pretty interesting if you don't consider Black Grail, which is just it's just 20 times. You have to work for 20 years for it to maybe be a Black Grail. Um,
Have you
but yeah,
seen
like
Galatea's Bonsai before?
no, I haven't.
It's a really interesting one. It's every time Guts procs, the entire team gets 20% charge, which is pretty.
Oh,
I
that's pretty
think it.
cool.
I think it already has. It also has its own Guts built into it, which is great because her
Mm-hmm.
second skill also, it's also a stackable Guts. So she's
Mm-hmm.
really built around having a Gutsui in mind. I really like
Yeah.
her design gameplay wise.
Yeah, she's fun. She's like a support. People really like to compare her to like Vlad, which I obviously I understand why, but I think her value definitely lies in the other aspect of her gameplay that isn't just looping her MP with arts, which is like it's boring. Like who
Yeah,
cares about that, right?
yeah.
And I
She's
see
more
a lot of
versatile.
people, yeah, I see a lot of people mentioning this could be a hot take because I hear this all the time, which is make Bond CEs uh passives, which is broken, but is a single player game. Who cares
Oh
about
yeah,
broken?
that's another one.
Well, so there's multiple arguments against that. I'll just bring one up, right? So this art servant can't loop, but with Castoria's Bonsai, they can loop.
Oh, oh yeah, Castor. Oh yeah, dude, that makes a lot of supports a lot better.
There you
Just
go.
yeah,
Literally, like a pen 2 was already big enough of a problem, like for buster looping especially. There are characters that are just unusable in farming unless you have a pen 2 maxed, which is locked behind for 5 stars is locked behind bond 6, but for 4 stars it's locked behind multiple copies, which is bad enough. This is why I'm so glad that class score has no, literally zero effects that affect starting charge or MP
yeah,
gain or card effectiveness up that isn't just damage. If class score, if like basically you don't want them to lock a character's loopability behind like a huge wall, right?
yeah,
Like so like Castoria having a Bonsai as a passive would, yeah, make every arts looper better, but it would make people who doesn't have her at Bond 10, which granted for a long time player it might not be that common, but like
yeah. To be
you
fair,
know
it's only 10% NP gain. Like it's 10% NP gain, 10% attack. So it's not massive. Like a lot of
it's not
servants.
massive,
Yeah,
but it
but
makes or breaks a servant. And also for people
yeah.
who doesn't have Bond Cs on their Castoria on my friends list, I'm removing all of you.
Oh
By the way, right? Like that's gonna happen. If your Castoria is not Bond 10 on my supports list, I will remove you from my friends list, right? Like it literally, like imagine in Lotto, like sometimes you feel like, oh my god, I'm so pissed because this guy doesn't have his Castoria battery max, so I can't loop, and I accidentally clicked on it. I'm gonna kick him from my friends list. That
dang.
same thing's gonna happen, except with the Bond C.
Yeah, yeah,
And like, oh man, this guy's store is not Bond 10. Suddenly, this farming setup doesn't work. Better remove this guy from my friends list. And now, when I make a looping video for like a 90 plus plus, I have to like say, oh, this is specifically only for Bond 10 Castores. And I think that just complicates things, and also it removes the values of some like it locks the values of some servants, because sometimes people just want their servant to loop, which is, I know, is boring, but like I don't
yeah,
know. Um,
yeah. It, it's kind of funny. Some servants just yeah. It's like even if it's a passive, it just doesn't do anything.
yeah, yeah. and
Um,
it,
hmm,
and
trying to
this is
think of a
even
good
a bigger
example.
problem than like some people like, oh man, like like Asterios, like you said, like
Yeah,
what does it help for Asterios? And like Asterios gets a team wide quick up. Kiara Summer gets 2 lives. She gets a break bar. Like how's that fair? Like Like, I I don't know.
Yeah,
Uh,
they just they need to make some sort of change to Bond
yeah,
CEs because as is,
definitely.
most of them are useless. Supports are generally the only ones that get anything out of Bond CEs.
Yeah, because they don't
So
care about the stats on the Bond seed.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Um.
So yeah,
So you did the last hot. Oh, wait, what was your
no,
hot
you
take?
did the last hot take.
Was it mine?
Yeah.
No,
My
you
hot take
did.
was no. My hot take was this Fate Samurai Remnant collab. Your hot
Oh,
take was
oh, it was God Judas boss fight. Wait, how did we get here?
Tauntsies.
Wow,
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 got
that's
Judas buff. Got
hey, it
Judas
wouldn't be
boss
one of
fight.
my streams without absurdly long tangents.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think boss fights with like passive invul pierces are just, especially now, they just drop in difficulty in terms of after Castoria. I think the most evident uh example of that is Beast Comma, full gauge comma. Like if you guys just don't revisit bosses, you'll be like, oh, full gauge comma is like one of the hardest things ever. People struggled so hard against it. It's barely beatable, even with the most whale setups. Full gauge comma right now, if you have an arts DPS and two Castorias, you beat it. It takes a
Yeah,
long time, you win. It
yep, yeah.
Yeah.
I think what I took there, I think I beat it with. I want to say I beat it with Murasaki,
Yeah.
Castoria, and Tamamo, and it was relatively consistent.
Funnily enough, I think Murasaki was one of the one of the rare outs before Castoria because her buff block prevents Kama from getting the invul pierce before
Yeah,
her MP. So that would like Murasaki with like maybe Jean, like a invul giver was actually like a pretty legit team. Which would yeah,
yeah,
like she's really good.
yeah. Man, she is slept on pretty hard because she just gets screwed over by spreadsheets. People look at Sieg and they're like, why you ever use her? But she is so absurdly good with utility. Like, she's got
Yeah.
all
Buff
of the
removal
thing.
res,
Yeah,
buff block. That's good enough
yep,
already.
yeah, and you can spam the buff block. It's, in my opinion, in a lot of ways, it's better than most buff blocks because most buff
It
blocks
is.
are one time, three turn, like Jones. But
Yeah.
with her, it's one time. No, it's not one time. It's just one turn. And the fact
Yeah,
that she
one
is a
turn.
looper,
Blocks anything.
yeah, you can easily have her back to back loop, which means you can go multiple turns without
Yeah.
them applying anything. You know the final challenge quest from Tesla Fest, the one that was Tesla and Double Gill?
Yeah.
She stomped that one so hard because like one of the gimmicks is they all keep buffing themselves and like buffing the entire
Oh,
team
you just
over and over
block
again.
it.
Yeah, and Tesla keeps getting Emblem Pierce. But she just kept blocking it over and over again, and it was nothing.
Yeah.
It was so easy.
Also, yeah, Sieg. Does anyone still think Sieg is good?
He's
I
just
guess.
like he's he is the AoE caster for people who uh don't have anything better, basically.
I guess, yeah. Like,
He's just good at
did,
looping.
did,
That's
did
basically
did
it.
they do his pilgrimage already?
Oh yeah,
They did.
yeah,
It's the homunculus one. All right, well,
yeah,
GG. It's over.
yeah, yeah. It's that means he's never gonna get a buff, but I mean he's okay for what he is, cause like uh, it's there aren't a lot of good, easily accessible AOE caster farmers. I would say, like he's up against Paracelsus, and Paracelsus is like NP5 is like NP1 Seek.
Yeah.
And
I
then
mean,
like you could try to argue Caster Coup.
Taisui. Oh, Cascu.
Yeah,
Cascu's kind of pay to win.
yeah, you only get one for free, and also you have to beat most of the game to get the buff that lets him
Yeah.
farm like that.
Yeah, he is locked to Lost But 6, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, well, the thing about Caster Coup, he doesn't need double Vitch. You can actually use a 50% charger and Atlas and borrow a Vitch. So that is a pretty nice thing about him. He is I'll give him that. But the thing
Yeah,
is,
he's
NP1 is not good.
yeah, MP1's not good. He does have a like a ramp up MP. He's been getting a really good buff, but for solos he actually got
Yeah,
weird.
yeah, he got a
We talked
he got a
about it. Yeah,
nerf.
yeah, you got a borderline nerf if you want to cleanse. But yeah.
Yeah, it's. I think though, like if they buff Paracelsus, I think C is gonna take a pretty big hit there because like his card NP gain is okay, but Paracelsus, his NP refund is actually really good. It's kind of like Finn's, except the difference is he has an 80% battery instead of a 30%. So yeah,
Yeah.
that helps him a lot in other types of nodes. It's just he has penis damage basically. I don't know how else to say it. It's nothing.
Hmm.
That was not a fitting word for what I said. It, uh, piss damage. Yeah, I don't.
Piss poor damage.
I guess it's
There
a
you go.
yeah. It's a sword being. I don't know. Um. Okay, your turn with a hot take.
Hot
Right?
take.
Is
I
it?
don't. Yeah. I mean, they're not that hot. Okay, so
Eh.
my hot take is FGO ramping up the rerun ban. I already talked about this, but like, might as well bring it up here. So FGO ramping up the frequency of rerun banners is strictly a good thing. The
Mm,
people who complain that it's greedy has zero self control. I'm sorry. That's
yeah.
just how it is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, I agree. Like it. I feel like that's not. Yeah, you did say it. A lot of these aren't that hot takes, but yeah, that makes sense.
because people
It
really
makes.
hate
Yeah.
complain about it a lot, which is I don't think that's the right part to complain about for FGO.
Yeah. Yeah, because like
Yeah,
the people who have been saving a long time for the thing that they want, well, they don't have to wait as long now. But
yeah,
like, if you're upset that you have back-to-back things that you want, well, okay, you just got to make decisions now.
yeah. And like, here's the thing: like, if you skip this, the amount of time that will pass after you get it again might be the same amount of time where you get it normally back in the day. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I have to wait for this banner to appear twice, but for this banner to appear twice, it takes about the same time as it appearing once in old times.
Yeah.
So yeah. um
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like there's not as much discussion for that.
yeah, okay, I'll throw in another one though, I guess.
Okay.
Pity was a mistake.
Ooh. Yeah. I get you there, and I feel you there, man.
Pity was a mistake, right? So they've somehow managed to add a pity system that actually is not strictly positive,
Yeah.
which is they made the 4 stars not rotate. And honestly, when you look at the rates, it's not that bad because they also raised the 4 star rates in general. So, and also like split, when you split the 4 star rates into two, it's not half the chance compared to single rate up because you actually get a bigger chance of getting rate ups 4 stars if you have more 4 stars on rate up. However, that small bit of chance will make you feel like, damn, that
Yeah.
sucks. And also the fact that if you're getting like only one of the 4 stars instead of the other, it feels exceptionally bad. So I think it's a very dumb decision. Like honestly, if you do the calculations, the rate might actually not be that bad. It's definitely not half the rates of a single rate up. But it just feels bad. It incentivizes people to not actually go for the 4 stars, which is dumb because I think people are really excited about 4 stars for at least for summer and for a lot of the events. 4 stars are actually less rerun than the 5 stars, like Kijo Koyo, right? Like a lot of these
Ah,
um
man.
a lot of these collab limited 4 stars are dubbed as the rarest 4 stars because they barely rerun them. Like Daikokten. Daikokten was she even rated up second time? I think it was New Year's maybe. but like, was she? I'm not even sure.
I
Like,
mean,
it's
she
like
went less than a year. So,
that's fair.
yeah.
But yeah, Kijiko has two. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
Fujino was
just
another one. Fujino
yeah
went a really long time before a rate up.
yeah. Kijiko was like they didn't do anything, and then recently they did it like almost back to back. It's like New Year's and then something else, right? I think I forgot. Anyways,
I
but
forgot. Yeah. It's yeah. I'm actually just clearing AP on NA right now. Um okay.
oh, Taikokta had two banners. Really, I'm surprised.
Yeah, I think they had one
Not
of the
counting her original. Oh no, she has one, I guess, afterwards.
so,
Okay, Annie. Yeah, I guess they're trying to fix it somehow, but
yeah, yeah, speaking of trying to fix it, I thought that like they gave it a little rate boost at New Year's and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's going to be good. That's going to help me rolling for Kijo Koyo." Because that happened right after the rate boost, and then
yeah, it's
I
been
got
funny.
completely fucked there. Because
Yeah,
mine was NP1 and she went to NP3, and my Benny was NP0 and she went to NP3 as well. Yeah, and she wasn't even split. She was the only one there. I just got screwed over that bad because like I got like three berserker spooks. It was terrible.
yeah. Like honestly, this is what I was saying. Like the rate isn't that much. I guess like in a way the double rate ups rate is not as bad as is not as bad as people think compared to a single rate up, but at the same time the single rate up rate is not as good as people think compared to a split rate up.
Yeah,
So it's just how it is,
yep.
unfortunately.
You lose, you lose.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Let me. Okay, put Europa there, and then start the stage, and then close BlueStacks. My phone that is not an emulator. Um. Okay. Give me a number between 1 and 10. Yeah, that isn't 7.
10.
10. Oh boy, this one's a bit spicy. This one's a scaldingly hot take. Without Castoria considered, Gajuna is better than Morgan.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. That's
Maybe because I Minturn, because like
yeah.
in the Minturn community, that's
Yeah.
pretty evident.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The thing with okay, so the thing with a lot of berserkers, a lot of the time you just want to do a lot of damage fast. Like you
yeah,
like the okay. So the argument I want to make in favor of Morgan is she is high utility and she has more utility than him, and that may be to some extent true. But you know, Arjuna is kind of his own utility because being able to break a couple bars just off rip, that can be that could be pretty huge. And even if you're considering multi-core, you can just bring a support Gajuna in the back. You can have your own 5-man team, and then you just have a support Gajuna that comes in. He uses his skills. He wipes all three of the bars. And then that is that not a good utility in and of itself? Being able to just wipe an entire wave of bars, because you might be stuck on those for a bit longer. In
yeah.
what role? Minturn. Well, in farming, I'd say generally in farming he does outclass her. I
Yeah.
guess multi-core farming, Morgan is a bit better because she can give someone
Only
else.
a bit.
Yeah,
She
she can give
barely
someone
has
else
any.
20% charge.
Yeah, the funny thing is that she doesn't have any spread.
Yeah,
Like she actually doesn't have any spread. Like people think when people think like, oh, multi-core good DPS, they have spread. Like Tezcali Polka has spread. Koyan Dark has spread. Morgan has no spread battery. She has a targetable 20, which I guess, yeah, like Otto said, it's flexible. She
yeah,
has a charisma skill that half of it is tied to a defense down. So if you use it, you're wasting the defense down on one of the waves. So the only team-wide effect is the 20% attack up or 30%, I don't remember. But like she surprisingly doesn't. I
So,
am contradicting myself on the miss tier list
uh,
back as well, but like surprisingly she doesn't have team utility other than her overcharge giving.
eh, I mean, she has some NP gain for the team, but that really just depends. That kind of just
Barely
depends on the
helps.
team, because
Yeah.
a lot of Buster teams just don't really care that much about charge.
Yeah.
Um,
Other than the OC giving,
yeah,
she has
yeah,
barely any team utility, and
yeah.
OC giving is one of the most like hit or miss effects for a team. But like sometimes it can just be completely worthless, right?
Yeah, yeah. But again, that's why I said without Castoria, because if we're counting Castoria, you can throw Castoria on a team with Morgan, uh, Castoria, Merlin, Morgan, and you can beat
Yeah.
almost anything. So
Yep.
that's yeah, yeah, and yeah, as I said, we're not considering Castoria. Um,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
playing very heavy into. I guess that's just like evidence to how important Castoria is to just she's ever present. You have to consider her in almost every situation.
yeah, yeah, and just going off of the her use in multicore with her second skill, I still don't feel like that's that worthwhile anyways because well it's only 20% charge, so you can get 40% because you might uh, have her clear two waves with Vich. But the thing is, it's it's like the worst card type for flexibility in multicore.
Yeah.
Like you're giving so for
If
you
you're
to give
using Vich,
yeah
like
so
you have to use the other one, the dark one.
yeah, you kind of want to use double light Vitch to enable her to give that out, and she can give out 40% with that. But then, like, you're dumping all of your buffs into Morgan. So whatever you have over there on the side, they're not getting much out of. I guess they do have the attack slash defense buff
But
down from her, but yeah,
no, that's barely anything. So
yeah.
let's like okay. Do you think people ever consider Riku to be a good multi-core farmer? Like in general, like people,
I
I've
don't
never heard people
I don't
say
think
that.
people think that. I don't think I've
Yeah,
heard
but
people say that, but
look at her skills. It's
yeah,
like kind of better than Morgan for multi-core.
yeah,
It's actually hilarious, right? So like, uh,
yeah.
I
Targetable
think
30. She's got the overcharge as well, and then she also has 20% NP gain for the team. So that's pretty
yeah,
comparable.
yeah. So Morgan is just a popular character. People are going to fight about it. That's just how the nature of things go.
Yep, yep. Yeah, she suffers from game press brain rot. That's a good way to put it. Quick bad. Uh, yeah.
FGO warmest, coldest take ever. Game press sucks. All right.
So actually, I crossed this out. Like this was the initial thing that I wrote, but I wasn't entirely sure if I would hold to it. But the initial take that I wrote in place of the Gajuna one was actually Riku is better than Morgan without Castoria,
Oh,
and
I.
that I feel like is a bit stronger of a hot take, but I'm not entirely sure if I completely take that, because like regardless of whether or not she is really good for a quick servant, the problem is like she just doesn't have very many support options. If she had comparable support options to Morgan, I don't see Morgan being as good as Riku. I think Riku is fantastic, and the only and like and I want to say she's held back by her card type, but she's really isn't. She's a good example of the best things about Quick. Like you can
Mhm.
spam Quick cards, which get you gain and make stars. And then, despite using Quick cards, she has buffs that increase her Quick card damage in general.
I actually agree.
Yeah.
I think even if you went with that, I could understand why you would, because I don't have that much experience with Riku personally, but for
See,
the rare times I've used her, she's been really good.
yeah. See, part of the problem with that though is I think I myself might be a bit biased because I really
Because
like
you have the
Riku. I use her a lot, and I have her grailed to 100. She's NP2, but then again, like my Morgan is NP3, so
I mean,
like,
it depends on the person, right? Like, the more I use a character, the more crap I think they are. No exception. Every time I use it, I'm like, oh my god, I love this character. I grill them to 120. Oh my god, why are you such dog water? It's just
uh,
my reaction every single time is just, why did I even grill you? No, okay, it's not. It's not that. Not that mean. But like, like, the more I use a character, the more I see how inadequate they are. Maybe my expectations were too high, but
yeah.
yeah.
Well, you know what that means though. That
But
means you shouldn't grail Tamamo Arya to 120, otherwise she'll end up bad.
I'm not gonna grow her to 120. I don't think I have the space to grow her. I don't think she's gonna be a DPS either. Like, she's literally the only rogue servant in Samurai Remnant that could not fight. She's the only one that only does pure support. She
Well,
gives you like a
I
omni
mean,
boost.
you grailed Lightfitch to 120 though, and you don't use her to
Lightwitch
DPS.
can't.
I mean, she kind
Well,
of can
yeah,
DPS, but
she can,
I
but
mean, technically a lot of supports can DPS. Even Merlin can DPS, although he's not really optimal for it.
she has a sword. Yeah, she can't reach it. Have you seen that drawing? The sword is too long. She can't reach it. That's why she can't
Dang,
fight.
dang. No, I'm gonna be real. I haven't spent much time looking up drawings of Tamamo Arya.
Yeah, I mean, it's on Twitter.
Yeah, I fuck Twitter.
How to see if a servant is good? See if plushie grilled that servant. If I grilled it, are they good or are they bad? Bad?
Yeah, dude, Lightwitch is terrible.
You you want me to FGO hot take right now, which is like Draco's overrated.
Do it, do it. That's what we're here for. Hot
All
takes, dude.
right. So, okay, I've grown to understand that she's not as bad as I said, but all I'm gonna say is, because people keep seeing Draco destroying stuff. If you only get her at MP1 level 90, she's not gonna be able to destroy stuff. Stuff that isn't a servant, nope, she can't. She just can't deal with it. She can deal with it because of the defensive class advantage, but her damage is not gonna be amazing. She's gonna be a berserker with barely any self buffs. Yeah, mismatch deck.
I see.
Yeah, MP1 Draco's worse than MP1 Galatea. There you go. You can get
Dang.
that on record.
Dang, dang, dang.
I don't know. I actually have I have an MP1 Draco for testing purposes, but and she obviously didn't perform very impressively. That's what leads to me saying I'm not pulling this out of my ass, right? Like, I actually did try, and her damage is just, she's just a berserker. That in terms of offense, she's just a berserker with barely any special self buffs. She's awkward. Her second skill is extremely awkward because her entire skill set lies in whether she has the special status up, but her second skill actually might screw you over when you want to use it. So I'm not saying she's a bad servant. I'm just saying she's not as crazy as some people think. Like, I remember when she first came out, people were like, "Oh my god, that's the most broken character in the game."
A big part of it is she has the advantages of a
Ruler.
What the hell? Oh,
Beep, beep.
I think someone was honking outside. That's weird because I live in a neighborhood that's kind of far from roads, but yeah, okay. Wow, that just knocked me out of my train of thought. What was I even saying? Okay, ruler that works like a berserker, right? Thank you. Like she has the best thing about a ruler, but also has the best thing about a part of the best thing about a berserker. She lacks one of the things about berserkers though is you use those in place of extra servants. Like if you
Yeah,
have to kill another extra servant.
yeah,
So if you don't have an Avenger, they're your ruler killers. If you don't have an alter ego, they're your wait, no, no, they aren't your foreigner killers. If you don't have a foreigner, they're your uh, pretender killers. Yeah,
yeah.
so on and
So
so
like,
forth.
yeah, you use extra classes against use berserkers against extra classes a lot because you don't always have the corresponding class to counter them, right? So they're the only choice that is a neutral for a lot of the people, and Draco actually does not have that niche, which is kind of big, honestly. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
That was kind of a cop out, but that's one
Eh,
of mine.
yeah, yeah. I think, I think, yeah, dude, we knew it. Yeah. So that counts as a hot take from you. So it means it's
Yeah,
my turn again.
yeah, it's your turn. Yeah, hold on.
All right. So
You go. I'm just gonna go
no, no,
in
no.
order.
Give me a number first.
4.
4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't need. I don't need. I can hear myself now. I don't need Plushie around for this one. Summer Tomoe isn't terrible. The community that thinks that she is terrible is just dumb. I like. Yeah, I think Summer Tomoe is definitely one of those that suffers from spreadsheet brain rot, because like she has a good skill set. Her skill set is, in my opinion, better for critting than Muramasa's is. Of course, he has the advantage of stats, and he
Which
has
character?
like I'm talking about Summer Tomoe.
Tomoe?
Yeah,
Oh, of
but
course.
she isn't terrible. I'm not saying she's better than Muramasa. Um, a lot of people just want to force her into the role of AoE arts, and what people want out of AoE arts all of the time is just loopability. And like yeah, funny thing about Muramasa. One of my hot takes was Muramasa sucks Lamau. Uh,
It's like every episode we have to crap
yeah,
on him.
yeah. Let's not go into that right now though. Like it's every episode here. Um,
It's every episode.
so the the I will admit that it would be a lot better if Summer Tomoe was better at looping. It would be better if she had better NP damage, because she is like at the bottom of like the NP damage chart for people. But she is still capable of good damage because her first skill, her third skill, those are really good crit skills. You make 25 stars immediately, and you get 10 stars for the next 3 turns. It's not the same kind of consistency you get out of Saberlot, but it's still just a lot of stars. You just throw in someone else's stars per turn, you're gonna have a pretty decent amount of stars, and then you got 100% crit buff. I do think the Buster buff on her NP is pretty awkward. I would prefer they did like 3 turn effects there.
Yeah.
So 3 turns of Buster and Arts up. That would also help her loop because it would give her more NP gain from on turn 2. But
I think people just don't like her because her MP animation is not very
I I don't think
well
it's
done.
that. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I get why people say that because her hands look real goofy and she moves weird.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like the hands looking goofy, even if it is actually just shit CGI, I kind of feel like that fits the animation because she's playing a VR game. It's not like they're gonna be showing her
True. It's
real
not her own.
hands.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting. That's an
Yeah,
interesting point actually.
yeah, yeah. I don't know why she's moving back and forth though. I don't know, but I've noticed a lot of people how they just think she's like the worst shit out there. She's really solid, I think. It's just people want her to be something that Castoria made people
People
expect.
or one big FGO tuber?
One big FGO tuber. You're talking about Fino, right?
No, is it Fina? I thought it was Naya who shit on her. I don't
Oh,
know.
well,
Somebody
it
did.
was both of them. I think
Oh,
Fino brought a lot of it on, but
yeah.
yeah,
Well, there
X-Naya
you go.
did. X-Naya has a tendency of influencing a lot of people for
Yeah.
like no reason. It's just because he's popular. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. I guess this is kind of a hot take in and of itself. I don't think he's that big of a gameplay guy. I don't think he. I think he's worse at the game than I am,
You
and
don't
than
think
we
he's
are.
ever? I mean, he doesn't really.
Yeah, a lot
How
of a lot of his content is just what's being added to the game, and like there is a place for that. That is what a lot of people care about. Most people care about the game more so than the gameplay that people do. It's
Yeah.
just I don't know, dude. Like he lacks a lot of other things.
He at least okay, like he at least does some game. Like there are people who never does gameplay,
Yeah,
and I have watched their streams. They struggle very hard against some of the easiest challenge quests they've added in recent memory, which is very sad.
yeah.
Like okay, I'm not pointing fingers here, but like there are people who on YouTube they are telling you which servant you should pull for or which servant are good or bad, and
All
then
right,
they can't
all right. Now
handle.
you're just kind of
No,
like
it's
everyone.
not him.
Yeah.
It's not him, right? It's not him. It's not him. It's not ZTO. Shut up. But you know, there are a
Dude.
lot of people on YouTube, maybe including me. Who knows, right? There are a lot of people on YouTube that proclaims that, oh, you know, I give very good advice on what servants how good a servant is, yada yada yada. And then you know, when I join their stream, they just can't beat a fucking CQ that is like, you know, easy. That's like one of the
Yeah,
easiest things ever. Like literally one of the easiest, most cheesable bosses, and they're like, I'm not saying they can't beat it. They're just they're just using like the Castoria team and spamming Castoria MP. I'm not saying that's you should do that because
yeah.
that's what most people
I
do.
mean,
But
yeah, it's the easy path to victory. It's just how you adjust to it afterwards.
yeah,
That is really what shows whether or not a person is good at the game. It's like it's problem solving. It's not just throw thing at it until you win. I mean, if that is your approach to the game, I'll respect that. That's how the game is made because they do have like fucking command spells and stuff.
yeah,
But I don't want people who I guess this doesn't matter. Like what I'm saying doesn't matter, but I don't want people who can't solve problems for themselves to try and tell other people
yeah,
how to do things.
exactly. I think
This,
you have to have
dude,
some credential to
yeah,
make it like this is very elitist maybe. I think you have to have some like bare minimum credential to make um like a
yeah,
FGO support like suggestion video like or else what makes you better than a normal player, like
yeah,
what gives you more knowledge compared to a normal player? Because like if you just have the same amount of knowledge as like the 90% of other players, why do I have to listen to you think I'm too stupid to like be as good as the other 90%? I don't understand, right? I think it's very pointless if people are not offering any more insight.
yeah,
They're just saying like the
yeah,
most the most intro level, like the sky is blue. I fucking know that. I don't need you to make a video on that, right? So I don't know.
okay. So this actually, I hope you don't mind because I probably have more hot takes listed anyways, but this feeds into another one of my hot takes, which is that 99% of FGO content sucks. FGO YouTube content sucks.
I agree.
99%. I'll
Well,
and
that's
yeah,
just how it is. Like most
yeah,
of mine
it,
is
it
not
is
amazing. It's just how it is.
yeah. I think Yeah, I don't think it's because FGO sucks. I think it's just because the standards of the people who play it are really low. I don't think that there is any reason for people to reduce. uh, I don't think that people should be reducing the quality of their videos just so they get more out there. But that's kind of the nature of YouTube, and I really do resent that. Um, but yeah, that kind of just feeds into like a big part of it is I think a lot of FGOtubers just kind of suck. I don't trust any FGO reviewer that doesn't like make good that doesn't make challenge quest videos or something that makes them something to prove that they know what they're talking about.
I had that sentiment as
Yeah,
well. I was a lot more spiteful back then. I'm still
yeah,
kind of spiteful right now, but I was a
oh
lot
yeah,
more spiteful back then. But I'm starting to realize like people just don't care. Like FGO, like if you
yeah,
want me to describe it in the best way, FGO is a game where people love to talk about the gameplay, but people hate the gameplay. So what they're talking about, they think is gameplay. Like people love to get into debates about oh which servant is meta or what banner is the most worth rolling for. It's probably one of the most popular things in FGO, one of the most popular form of content in FGO. But they don't know what they're talking about. The people who are arguing don't know what they're arguing about, and they don't actually care about any of the things. Like they just see, oh, big number, that's pretty. Wow, that's cool. Like I think I think FGO is so funny. It's a game that at the end of the day, it's like gameplay, quote unquote. I'm not saying the gameplay is bad. I'm saying more like it's meta doesn't matter. Like it basically doesn't matter at all. Like oh, for example, Draco's not as good as most people think. Like as I said before, it basically doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's no PvP aspect. There's no leaderboard aspect. There's no like arena, whatever, like a lot of other gacha game has. So FGO is a game where gameplay doesn't matter. Almost like gameplay matters the least in terms of power level. Gameplay matters the least compared to a lot of other gacha games. But people at the same time love to talk about it. So
yeah,
what ended up happening is people don't know what they're talking about because it doesn't actually matter. So they just throw out random shit that they think that and then people who watch it also don't actually care about it. So they watch it, they pretend like, oh yeah, you're right, because you're a guy on YouTube who's saying stuff, right? This is a reason why I call all my videos hot takes. People are like, oh, why do you call your videos hot takes? You're not like making hot takes every time, right? Like it's kind of cold takes, but it's because I don't believe you can have a good review of a servant before like actually trying them out and doing a lot of stuff. It really depends on the situation as well. And I call it hot takes just because I truly, to some extent, believe all of those, even after, sometimes I do calculations, do some research, I think I'll do some testing. I believe all of those are still in the realm of a hot take. I think it's
yeah,
just, there's just simply
y-
not enough time for you to decide that fast if a servant just came out like a week ago, right?
yeah. So so some of the stuff you mentioned there about people like not caring or whatever, that does remind me of a comment I got on one of my videos, one of the podcast videos recently, which was it was about the Game Press one. And before before we go further, I'm going to implore everyone, don't go over there and like be whatever on that comment. Like, don't dogpile on it. He's probably gonna already hear this, and then he knows who he is. But they were talking about how Merlin should be ranked lower on the Game Press tier list, and and the reasons he specifies are just like he has offensive failings. And when I probed him a bit further and was like, "Hey, defensive stuff matters too," he he said that defensive utility doesn't matter because the game doesn't offer content where it is useful. And I so the argument his argument boiled down to the game isn't hard enough for us to care.
Yes, the game
So
is not hard enough for us to care.
yeah,
There
like
are
at that point, like if it's not hard enough for us to care and optimize like that, then what is your argument? Like, who cares about damage boosting? You can just like normal card everything. You don't have to farming optimize. And by you, I don't mean you. I mean the guy that I was
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, at that point in time, like if people are trying to make an argument that you shouldn't care about something in FGO,
Then
then you
don't
can,
argue.
yeah, yeah, and it applies to them too. Because chances are what you're saying probably doesn't matter either. We're all
Yeah,
just a bunch of morons that like
who
anime
cared too
that
much?
care about this game more than it cares about us. Okay?
Yeah. So like the yeah, I think that's a very good point. And this is also why there are like people can get away with I say get away with like they're committing a crime. Don't get me wrong, but like people can get away with saying whatever about a servant on in a
Yeah.
review. Like if you move this form of content to I don't know what game, but a game that has a very actually competitive like scene where people are hyper analyzing every character's gameplay and you can immediately feel if a character is good or bad. Like they don't get away with it. Like they can make it like maybe Smash, like, I don't know, a fighting game, Super Smash Brothers. Like
Oh
people,
man.
they,
Oh
like
boy,
like
you just
like
wait. You may have just insulted a person there saying fighting game and Smash. Okay, anyways, go. Keep going.
I look, I play fighting games. I know Smash is different, but like who cares? But
Uh,
like here's the thing, right? Like characters, like games that are actually competitive, where people are actually like the general public actually cares about the gameplay. The general public actually engages in gameplay, like serious gameplay very often. People can't get away with it. People can review a servant and then the normal like 90% not being like 70% of the player base would watch this video and say this guy's bullshitting, like he's full of shit, right? But like this never happens in FGO because it doesn't matter. I can tell you Draco's underrated, overrated, and you're like, okay, maybe, because yeah, what he said is true. I used her, and I can say Draco is the most broken shit ever, and then when you use her, you're like, yeah, what he said was also true, because it's just not. It just doesn't fucking matter. Like
yeah,
people can get away with whatever they say because either side would work, like either argument would work at the end of the day. So honestly, it's really saddening. I like whenever I get ultra depressed. Like if you're in my server, you would know. Like sometimes I go on tangents if I stay up too late about like FGO YouTube content and stuff. And I just feel like it's unfortunate that FGO is a game where the gameplay doesn't matter, and
yeah,
and that leads to low quality content. That leads to people talking out of their ass and never getting punished because you can talk out of your ass and it'll probably be right because it doesn't matter. So it's just unfortunate. Like I'm almost every single time I make a hot take video, I'm motivated to put less effort into it for the next one. It's
yeah,
just there's almost no point. Like why do I have to test this character more to get like a very nuanced conclusion on this character when nobody gives a shit? Like
yeah, yeah. Trust me. If anyone feels that, it's me, dude.
yeah, I know you spend a
I
lot of time on your
yeah,
reviews.
I spent like 40 plus hours making my Seishono Gun review. It's sitting at 1,700 views right now. Um, Cadroth made one within like 30 minutes. He just recorded it with OBS, and he has over triple the views. He got he got more AdSense out of it too, technically, because his video was longer and despite not being formatted. And that,
Here's the thing, right?
yeah,
You're not you're not motivated to make high quality content in
yeah,
FGO. FGO YouTube is a cesspool the way you get views is clickbait titles. Maybe you steal a fan art or two, without just linking them without permission. And you just like the actual video doesn't matter. The actual video doesn't matter. You can make a title, Draco sucks, and I can fart into my microphone for 30 minutes in the video. That probably get more views than whatever I try to put out, right? So like, it doesn't matter. Like it's just it doesn't matter. Like FGO content creation is depressing. It's a game where if you want to do gameplay, nobody gives a shit. Anyone can say whatever they want, and at the end of the day, nothing you do matters. None of the research you do matters. None of the testing you do matters. You're better off reading off the wiki.
Yeah,
that's it. Like, I'm sorry this became a venting session, but this is just how I feel. I've been making FGO content since very early, because like I almost played NA since launch. I've been making FGO contents, but like that's how I feel throughout the years. I feel like FGO content creation is just it's a very not rewarding. It rewards laziness. If you want to treat views as reward, because I'm obviously not, free of guilt from this. The lazier content I make, the more views I get.
Yeah.
It's just three-turn Kiara, looping demos. That's like the easiest shit ever. It takes me less than 20 minutes to make, and they always get the most views. Not three-turn Kiaras anymore. I guess the memes kind of died off, but you know what I mean.
I think so you know how like they have the surveys every now and then, and they ask how much do you play the game, and I'm always one of the guys that says over over 20 hours a week.
I always select the highest hour.
I have poured so much money and time into this game. I really do care about this game. I love the characters in it. I love the gameplay. Why don't I watch any FGO content on YouTube?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be real. I spend more time rewatching my old videos than I watch other people's videos.
It's just there's no reason. There's no incentive for you to make good content on FGO. Like what is the incentive here? Like do you get rewarded from testing a character out and then giving a very interesting take on how you can use them? No, because you just slap Castoria on it and go on your merry way. This game's gameplay, this game is too easy for our own good. This game is too easy for content creators to actually put effort into breaking down its gameplay. So at the end of the day, what actually gets views is just the most vapid, the most intro level, the most surface level shit that people watch the video not to gain knowledge, but to have validation. It's like, oh, I feel this way. This other random guy on the internet also feels this way.
Yep.
So I like him. Yay. That's FGO content for you. I'm sorry. It's just depressing, but that's just how it is.
Yeah. And yeah, it's something I've noticed over time because of this podcast. Like, this podcast has been the best thing for my channel. Like, it's apparently something that the community really wanted. And you know what? This takes less effort than most of the videos I make. I can sit here and just chat with Plushie about stuff for 4 hours, and it's gonna get like 5 times as many views as my average video.
That's just 4 hours put into the video. There's no extra stuff put into it, right?
I don't have to do much any post-production, or I just did pre-production like a month ago, and we just keep going with the same format. I just have to think of things to do, and then like, okay, I spent 20 minutes thinking up a topic this morning.
I think that was actually a good point, because we want to talk about FGO with our friends. I think this is what people are looking for on YouTube for FGO as right. People on FGO, like that's what I mean by I watched the video not to get more knowledge, but to seek more validation. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people on YouTube, like for example, servant reviews, they don't actually go to the servant reviews to decide whether I want to roll the servant or not, depending on the video. No, they usually, because I actually monitor, like look at my comments a lot. I try to read all my comments, but like what I realize is most people already pulled.
Yep.
They pull the servant and then they go to the review video. And when you say the servant's bad, they get really pissed because they're like, "Oh my god, I just dropped $1,000 on this character, and this YouTuber said it's bad," or "Oh my god, I got this servant, I dropped $1,000 on this servant,
Yeah.
but at least this
It's
YouTuber said it's good,
it's
so I'm gonna feel good about it." So
yeah.
like, there's
I can
barely any.
yeah. I can attest to this. This same thing happens to me. Like half of the,
Yeah.
uh, it doesn't happen as much as it used to, but like I had times where like I would have several people pop up and say like, "Hey, I got them in like 3 quarts. Yay!"
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
I don't care. Did you like my video? Did you learn something? Thanks.
No.
Thanks for
YouTube
the thanks for the 5 seconds of view time. Just
FGO
reduce the average.
videos are not FGO videos. This is why thumbnails and title matter, because they
Yeah.
are a discussion board. So if you look at
Yeah.
an FGO review video, like for example, FGO hot takes Summercast story, if you look at that as a title of a message board where people are flooding in to talk about their own opinions on the character, which I enjoy a lot, but or their experiences, how much they like how they look, that's totally fine. But what that also entails is that what's actually on the video doesn't matter. All of the stuff is in the comments. The actual gold mine or what people are going for is in the comments. People are going to the video, they're immediately clicking on the comments, right? There's barely any engagement in the video. I think the age of that's probably video making in general these days. Like other than those like 7-hour video essays, I think like in general hype like edited videos, it's just people don't give a shit. People want YouTube to be a social media instead of a video platform.
Yeah.
So they flood to it, and they I don't know. Like
Yeah.
it all sounds very
FGOtube
depressing, but
FGOtube is a forum. I'm not copying what Abyss said in chat. I was actually planning on saying it
yeah,
when you were
yeah.
done.
FGOtube is a forum.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be time to move on from the platform. It's unfortunate. I'm not gonna move on because I hold on to old stuff and
Yeah.
I don't really want
Same.
to explore new stuff. But honestly, I think it's time to move on from FGOtube. FGOtube is just, you're not gonna learn anything.
You heard it here. Plushie is retiring.
Plushie right here. You can clip this. Plushie mistress hot takes right here. FGO hot takes. You're not gonna learn anything from FGOtube.
Damn.
I'm sorry. Like I will try to inject knowledge into FGO hot takes,
Into
like
your brains.
But what I feel is that I'm getting less and less motivated to actually do that anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I do these numbers calculations. Would the video perform the same if I didn't? Probably. Would the video perform the same if I didn't do all the calculations in Space Ishtar versus Summer Comma, and instead I just talked out of my ass? It would. It would absolutely perform the exact same without my calculation. So it's really sad. There's no incentive to actually put effort in FGO certain reviews, and you won't learn much. I'm not gonna say you won't learn anything. You won't learn much. You won't learn much from FGO servant reviews. I'm sorry, you just won't. You just absolutely won't. Like unless you're one of the newest players ever. But then if you're a new player, you click on one of those FGO review videos, and then you're seeing people talking about, oh, but it's good for TAs, but it's good for multi-core, and you're like, what the fuck is a multi-core, bro? Like, what do you mean? What is multi? What is 90 plus plus? I'm in Fuyuki, right? So like, you're actually not gonna learn anything. If you're a new player, you're not gonna learn anything. If you're an old player, you're absolutely not gonna learn. It's tragic. This is how it is.
What is TA? Tapioca application?
Yeah.
Honestly, what I want to do someday, which I feel like it's kind of a funny idea because it's kind of a big fuck you to a lot of content creators. I want to make a how to read a wiki video. I've never seen anyone make one of those.
Okay,
But
have some of my worst days I've wanted to make a video like that. I'm not gonna title it that way, but I was
Yeah.
gonna title it something like I was gonna title it like FGO 90% of FGO content be like or like oh no oh, I remember my initial title for that video was how to be an FGO tuber.
Ooh.
That was my title, and what I was gonna record was just open up the wiki and read, and then tell you when what event is dropping, and then that's it. So like honestly, that like obviously that is very spiteful. That is a
Yeah.
over exaggeration of what things are, but on the worst days ever, I've definitely considered that, but I'm not yet ready to sabotage.
Yeah.
Well, like when oh shoot, I just kicked on my own table. But like
Oh my god, it's the
when
wiki readers. They're sabotaging your chair.
when the day comes when I feel like, because I'm not making money on this channel anymore. Like I mean, I might restore it later, but like as of now, I'm not. If someday I feel like FGO's not gonna I'm probably done with FGO YouTube or whatnot, or FGO's gonna end of service or whatnot. Before I go, I will launch something and blow everything else apart.
Okay, this this might be I don't know. I don't know how much of this you want to be saying, but
I will burn this community. Okay, I'm joking. I'm joking. Like
if I'm going,
nice
everyone is going with me.
Here's the thing, right? I don't hate these people, right? Like, why would I? I don't actually hate these people. Like, they've never done anything to me, right? Like, why would I hate these people? Hate is a very strong sentiment, right? Like, nobody's realistically going to hate these people over their fucking YouTube content. Like, I think you might actually have a problem if you like actually hate this person. Like, you're like, oh my god, this person is a bane to my existence just because I don't think you should do. But yeah. I'm more so upset about how the entire landscape of content is. Like, I want more stuff to I want more incentives to put efforts in my video. That's it. That's all I want. And so far, all I've seen is incentives to remove effort from it. And I don't know if that's the case for all content creators. Maybe a lot of people tell me that's just how it is nowadays. People do reaction content, they're successful. People make YouTube shorts that basically is just fucking dog shit, and they just get very successful, right? So I guess that's just how it is for a lot of stuff, unfortunately.
So Plushy has heard me mention this in the past. I never followed through with it for a reason. So I, at a few points of time, like back when I was juicing oranges and being disappointed with my life, if you're not up with the lore, that sounds very strange, but that's yeah. I was thinking of making a content cop series for FGO.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. But see, the problem with that is, where do we go from there? Like, why would I make it? Like, okay, I might get some clout off of it. People might look at that and they're like, yeah, you're right, I'll subscribe to you. But ultimately, it's just self-serving. Like,
yeah.
Like,
you're doing it for
yeah, if I was to say that Noosa had terrible content, which, like, everyone agreed on, okay, everyone agrees with me, he's not gonna change, the community has nothing they can do, so what's the fucking point? It's just me bashing someone else for no reason.
Yeah. It really is not about the individual who creates the content. It's more about the landscape.
Yeah.
Like
see, that the thing about that, part of the reason why iDubbbz was able to do the content cop, and it was actually a big thing, was because he was also a big person, and like he had room to tell other people.
Now.
Yeah, and he had room to tell people that they're doing it wrong. But like I'm sitting here with 2,000 subs. Like who's gonna Hold on.
Oh. Okay, so for the time being,
Yeah,
I'll
I
keep
gotta
going, I guess.
BRB right quick. Sorry.
All right.
Um,
I'll try to fill in the time.
okay.
Okay, so but, like it's not about the individual creators. Like I know we joke a lot about wiki readers and whatnot. I want to apologize. It's not really a personal attack because, like, remember what I said about this whole landscape makes me feel like you don't want to put more effort into your content. Instead, you just want to remove more effort and you want to put out more content instead because that just works. They just realized it sooner than I did. Like, how do you call it? Which one is the reality pill? Is the blue pill or the red pill? Which one is the reality pill? I don't remember. It's from Matrix. It's like the red pill. Yeah, they just took the red pill. I'm just still in the fucking Matrix, dreaming about the day when when oh, I'm just still in the Matrix. You know, I'm dreaming about the day when when the landscape will suddenly appreciate high effort FGO content where you go hyper detailed in how the game works in terms of gameplay. It's a fucking 8-year-old game that has literally zero comparison. I'm not even gonna say competitive. There's no, like, you can literally not see how your friends list people are performing in any event. It's the most isolated game. It's the most isolated gacha game with absolutely no interaction with other players. That's been 8 years. Like, stop trying to dream of a world where people start giving a shit about gameplay. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Like, all these people where we like to, you know, make fun of borderline, make fun of, don't attack them. We don't hate them. They literally just realized this as a fact earlier than we did. And also, I'm not saying FGO Wiki is bad because FGO Wiki is okay. I also I've had a lot of, like, how do I say this? Intrusive thoughts. Yeah, that's what you call them. Intrusive thoughts. So one of the intrusive thoughts I had was, because I'm not good with computers, so I'm not able to do that. But I was just thinking, what if we DDoS attacked FGO Wiki for like a week, and then see if these channels still make review videos or they just drop it? Wouldn't that be an interesting experiment? No, I said that was an intrusive thought, right? Like obviously you're not gonna do it. Like, I'm not gonna do it. It's a fucking intrusive thought. That's literally. They switched the game press. Let's get look. That's what's called an intrusive thought. It's something that, you know, you think of but you're not supposed to do, right? uh. Then they use Atlas. Yeah, you're right. It's Twitch. They don't care. They're gonna clip it, dude. I don't know. They're not gonna clip it. I also use FGO Wiki. I'm not saying I don't use FGO Wiki. You think I'm gonna know about the numbers without using FGO Wiki? I also use FGO Wiki. I'm not saying. I'm just saying that, you know, like, a lot of people are leaning on this. Whatever. If FGO has competitive gameplay, do you think that hardware content would be appreciated? Yes. Do I think it's a good thing? No. Because it's a gacha game. Like, any gacha game with any form of competitiveness is just, at the end of the day, it's to flex how much money you have. It's just absolutely horrendous. Not necessarily even PvP, but PvP obviously is the worst. But, like, even stuff with, like, I think light leaderboard is fine. Like, I like to have some competitiveness, but, like, can you even, like for example, if they did like a leaderboard, like a damage leaderboard, right? They did that, right? They did a max damage challenge thing. Like, can I even be proud of that? Like, yeah, I can't be proud of that if I'm comparing to other whales, but can I even be proud of that compared to most of the players? No, because I only hit the damage because I have like MP3 Castoria. Like, what if most people only have MP1 Castoria? Oh, I can't hit the damage. I only hit the damage because I have MP5 Ibuki. Or what if I don't have that Ibuki? So like, it's just pay to win. Like even if it's a bit of competition. Honestly, I like the idea. Like I feel like there should be more interactions between players because that drives engagement, that drives content creation as well. But like maybe you set all the servants at MP1 or something. So because like I think anything beyond that is just way too much. Raids, yeah, but like for example, at the end of the raid, they display how much damage you did or how many things you killed, and then they put it on the leaderboard and give you a global ranking. Like maybe I'm ranked number 500 globally in terms of how many Koyans I killed during Tunguska, right? That'd be pretty bad. Like even that would still be bad in my opinion, because like it would just be pay to win. It's just be pay to win, right? Like why would you want to do that? Right? Oh, never mind. He's back. All right.
Hello, I'm back. So I set up a pretty cool thing. Like within this last week, I got a green screen with Photoshop right now. So I got a green background here, basically. Yeah, so I can do goofy stuff if I want to.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did I miss?
I'm just saying we're not like whenever we said wiki readers, we're not targeting the specific creators. More so, it's just how sad it is the content creation landscape is because they honestly, in a way, they're just people that accept the reality where me putting more effort into this is pointless, so I might as well not, right? Like that's just people who are not delusional in a way, like in the most extreme way. They're just people that are not delusional. Like they know this is as much as people will absorb in one video.
Yeah.
So I might as well just put out that much, because anything excess is pointless. Because if that's also like one of my arguments for like mild clickbait. Obviously, I don't condone straight up lying in your titles, but like why mild clickbait is actually decent for health or whatever. Because like if you make a video and nobody watches it, it doesn't achieve anything.
Yeah, and yeah, that's part of why I ended up just not doing the content cop thing. Part of it is laziness, of course. That's always a factor with me. But the other part is just like it just comes across as resentful.
Yeah, like, it always spirals into a personal attack. Like whether you like it or not, whether you say like I'm not gonna use other FGOs, just say me. All right, like if you made a content cop on Plushie, his hot takes.
That's an idea.
Fuck him, right? Like that would be funny. I actually that would be funny. I like that idea. But like for example, right? Like content cop Plushie, his hot takes are cold. He sucks, right? As the title. And then in the video, you explain like, oh, it's not really his fault. It's really like the content creation landscape. People are not gonna focus on that. People are gonna see the title and then like post it on Twitter, and then now it's a war.
Man, I'd just be happy if someone posted my videos on Twitter. Honestly, I don't know if any of my videos have ever been on Twitter.
You need to catch your attention. Yeah, you need to catch your attention. You need some degree of clickbait to catch people's attention. But obviously, lying in the title, I still don't condone that. I got really pissy about it on Twitter. End of FGO, and it's not just one creator. Obviously, if it's just one guy, I won't bring it up. It's multiple people, right? It's obviously multiple people. It's low hanging fruit. Is FGO dying? It's the most low hanging fruit shit you can ever come up with. Most people do that, right? It's it's a necessary. It's not necessary. It's easy. It's easy, right? It's easy clean, right? Like I don't like it personally. I get really pissed off by it, but is that really that bad? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just pissed.
Yeah. But yeah, like I mean, like if I tried to tell someone else how to do something, well, they're doing better than I am, so obviously I'm the one wrong here. Yeah.
The FSR shit with the spoilers, dude. Okay, speaking of this, I think is this an FGO hot take? Can I say this?
I mean, the title is hot takes, so
Okay, I think Koei Tecmo giving out review copies to whatever the fuck is an absolutely horrible idea. I think they never filter anyone. So there are channels whose whole channel identity is to post spoilers as fast as possible with the review copy.
yeah.
And then they just did it. Even though there's an unofficial NDA, which means it's not lawfully enforceable. That's why all of their videos are still up, by the way. That before the game even released in the West, the entire game was leaked on YouTube already.
Yeah.
There was supposed to be an NDA where they signed. Where I think I can talk about this. Can I talk about this?
Is it in the NDA?
No. It's not even an NDA. I don't think it's an NDA. I don't know. It's like no
I mean,
wait.
I mean these guys aren't getting penalized for breaking it, so like
like basically they said like no spoiler content, especially before the first weekend. For the last chapter, like you shouldn't. You should literally not post anything about it. Not just spoiler tag it. You shouldn't post anything about it before the first weekend. With like maybe the final boss or some shit like that, right? And then like 8 hours before the game dropped, I already saw all three endings.
wow.
I already saw all three endings 8 hours before the game actually released in the West, and I played on Switch, so it released even later. Like, it pisses me off to no end that they would allow these random. I've never heard of these content creators before, by the way. That just their whole channel is just posting. Their whole channel is just posting spoiler cutscenes of different games, and they still gave them the review copy. Like, why?
Yeah, this is stupid. Why do they get it and I don't? Like, I wouldn't have spoiled it. I take words seriously, unlike everyone else.
I'm gonna say something that pisses you off. That's gonna piss you
Okay.
off. I'm apparently
All right.
there's a guy with 20 subs who got it.
Wow.
There was
Did
a
he
guy who
have
got,
did he have a big following somewhere else?
I don't know.
Because
But
if he
like,
had if he had like a Twitch following or something, and that's yeah.
oh maybe. This guy
Yeah.
who got 20 YouTube subs who got the review copy.
Yeah, I mean there
I
was
personally can't apply for it because I can't engage in any advertising. So this is technically taking a sponsorship, so I can't do it. But like, damn, bro. Maybe as Twitch bots.
so yeah, I mean, a certain Twitch streamer that actually does have a decent amount of following, has like 200 subs on YouTube. But he got to be what he called sponsored by it. No one else called it a sponsorship because it's literally not a sponsorship. But yeah,
Okay, some guy
but
in
that
the
sounds
comments
nice
say,
in a stream title.
This guy spoiled me writer's identity in his title. Okay, to be fair, I was a little bit upset by it, but I already got spoiled by that. So it's just sad. Like I also, have you seen how much views Fate Samurai Remnant is getting? That
Not
is not a
much.
spoiler. It's not getting any views.
Yeah.
It's getting like 0 views. Oh, it's not that bad. It's barely getting any views. Like, unless it's a spoiler. Every time, like, if it's a spoiler, it gets a shit ton of views. If it's not a spoiler, no. It's I don't know. So I guess this sort of echoes the sentiment of, do you really want to put effort in my video? Like I did a poll where I was asking like, do you prefer just no commentary cutscenes or with commentary? I didn't do that to call out people. Like some people said, "Oh, did you do this to call out this guy or that guy?" No, I didn't, because I personally also posted just pure cutscenes with like Talmo Aria and stuff. But I just feel like, do people really care? If people don't really care and they just think my voice is annoying, I might as well not post my voice, right? Like I'm like, that's a genuine question. But anyway,
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I wasn't even looking for him. I literally well, yeah, that's what happens. Like even if you're not looking for it, they can pop up in your recommended. Like that's what hurts people the most. But like, I can't really criticize them too much because I also posted Lost Belt 7 spoilers when it came out. Like, I rushed the story within 24 hours. And I posted, I did censor some bosses, but like, honestly, that's I also did post spoilers. That's like the easiest way to like
yeah.
get views.
Yep. It's actually kind of funny because I mentioned that in the clip that I made a video out of last night. I mentioned that, like, I wanted to play Samurai Remnant because I was thinking, like, hey, maybe some people want to watch that, but as it turns out, like, no, not very many people want to watch that. It didn't get much views, so I don't think I would have gotten anything out of it.
Yeah, they don't like it. It's a better game to stream. It's funnier.
Yeah.
It's fun. Like, yeah, I appreciate the comments telling me that like they enjoyed my commentary. Like, honestly, some bosses I just get really focused, so I didn't talk much during the actual fight because I was just like sweating. I played through the first playthrough in hard mode. I have to keep emphasizing that because I died so much. I have to at least have one excuse. But like, yeah, I was like literally sweating. I couldn't talk. So that was an engine. But yeah, like I think Let's Plays are Let's Plays dead. Like, I remember enjoying Let's Plays a lot, and I really always wanted to do something like that. And I thought Samurai Remnant was a perfect chance, but I think that format is long gone. So that's why it doesn't,
That's something I gotten a little bit of feedback on as well. Just having more commentary on videos. It's something that's pretty lacking with a lot of FGO content because there's a bit of a barrier to entry just for watching it because you have to know enough of what's going on.
Yeah.
But then some people, yeah, like my brother actually mentioned it. He doesn't play FGO, but he watches my videos sometimes. He said, like, hey, it would be pretty cool if you like put more context into the unvoiced videos, just because like I don't know much of what's going on, and I'm like, I want to brush it off as like, well, I mean, of course he's not going to understand it, but it still kind of puts it in perspective. FGO takes a lot of knowledge to know how the game works and interpret what's on screen. And if you're still struggling with that, I mean, it's no shock that people are flocking to review videos because that's at least, like, it's at least trying to explain things that they want to learn about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reaction content can go fuck itself. Yeah, dude. Dude, have you been keeping up with the whole Sniper Wolf thing going on?
No, but I really don't like her.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm kind of glad that everyone's like banding against her again. It's definitely not the first time that's happened, but hey,
What's
shit
a
content.
Minturn?
Yeah.
Minturn is minimum, so clearing a fight with the minimum possible turn.
It's an urn that you keep mints in.
It's like speedrun light because it's not time, it's turned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically speedrunning for FGO, except there is also another genre that is actually speedrunning.
Yeah, it's called RTA.
Yeah, it's just completing things in as few turns as possible.
It's like Mario 64 with 5 8
Yeah,
presses.
yeah, one half of an 8 press. So
Cuddle bug.
yeah, what it's derived from, it's turn attack, and it's derived from time attack, which is like this. It's a challenge mode that you can do in a lot of race games. Time attack mode,
Dude,
which
Mario
is
Kart
just
Wii, let's go.
yeah. Mario Kart does it a lot. You so basically you're just trying to beat the game as fast as possible. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically speed running. The reason why it's kind of frowned upon is because there is a really high barrier to entry with a lot of it. Because
It's whale. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, you
you
need
like
money.
you having high MP levels, having high MP level supports.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
because
like
some stuff is just you have to have high power stuff. Like some stuff almost requires 120s and NP5s, and yeah, yeah, that's yeah, it's why there's a lot of people who dislike it because there's like this high barrier to entry to it. So when people try to make judgment on things based on turn attack, they get annoyed because most people can't even turn attack. So yeah, at that point it's
yeah.
just not yeah. Uh,
It's treat it as an exhibition rather than a tutorial. I don't know why people want to treat TAs as a tutorial. It's like an exhibition. It's like a show off. It's supposed to be a show off, right? It's like a show, right? Like when you see Bazette two turning something. Wow, that's kind of cool. That's the whole purpose. That's it. There's no further depth to it, right?
So yeah, basically turn attack, it's like a Super Mario 64 speed run, except for the only way you can do one is if you have a real legitimate uh, Nintendo 64, but the only way you can get a real legitimate Nintendo 64
Is a
is
lottery.
by yeah,
Lottery.
you gamble on these little boxes that have parts of the Nintendo 64. Then you have to figure out how to put the Nintendo 64 together. Then you have to get the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun strats. Like it's kind of like speedrunning, right?
Yeah.
Specific bosses. There are interesting strats. Like I keep mentioning this one where Archer Osakabe Hime was very relevant for the Medusa Tower event challenge quest because Crane is there. So Crane can double taunt the other two characters.
Yeah.
And if you taunt Crane with Osakabe Hime, now everyone on the enemy side is taunted, your attack actually randomly changes between targets, even in a brave chain. Like if you do a brave chain without using an MP, so
Yeah.
usually you're supposed to focus fire on one enemy, they actually split up. Your attacks split between the different enemies. So you can
Yeah.
actually do Buster Brave Chain and kill 3 enemies at once, which is really cool. But
Yeah.
like
I like that kind of turn attack content because it's creative. It uses game mechanics in a way that you wouldn't expect.
yeah.
Another example of that. You know that one four turn with Qingong of CERN, right? That
Oh,
use
you
yeah
taunt, yeah.
yeah well yeah
Not
he
NPCL yourself
yeah
with the
yeah
500 year.
yeah, and because he gets NP sealed, the NP seal
You
from the bar
can,
break is nothing. It doesn't
yeah.
exist. I
And
thought
that
that
one is
was oh
unremovable.
dude
That was big brain.
that was so cool, dude, because there's no other servant that can do that.
Yeah,
It's just not possible for another servant to do it that way. And
yeah,
yeah, but on the same note, like part of the reason why I don't watch any turn attack is because it's just so oversaturated. Like at the same time when that video came out, there were like hundreds of other videos popping up of servants for turning it. Uh, that entire quest, and it's the same thing every time. You you NP on turn one, then you crit the second bar, then you NP, and then yeah, and it's you're just cycling supports to keep that servant alive. So really, all it is just like, hey, this servant can min turn it. Okay, I can tell from the title, and
most
that's
people
it.
don't
Why
even
watch it?
upload that as a flex. Because if you
Yeah,
notice TA content, unless it's from bigger creators, they don't get views. Even from bigger creators, they don't get views. Like look at my TA contents compared to my other stuff. They just don't get views. Right? So what they are is essentially there's a leaderboard. Like at least the group I'm in, there's a Google Doc where they document every clear, every first clear specifically for every servant. So these are just proof. Like they're just proof for you to submit to a leaderboard. It's basically like a speed run. They're not even for you to for the general public to marvel at. It's for the guy who makes the Google Doc to see if he cheated, which is
So
hilarious.
another thing that's actually kind of funny. It's a similarity between speedrunning and FGO. Uh, they are both boring normally, but they are helped a lot by the existence of Twitch and live streaming, because the boringness of that game can be it can be
Commentary.
alleviated by people sitting there talking. So,
Yeah,
because like people who watch Mist, they don't watch him for the gameplay. They watch him because they like sitting there listening to him talk about stuff,
yeah.
and maybe they're
It's
interested in that,
personality.
but they're not there because they like FGO. They're there because they like FGO and Mist.
Yeah,
So
I
that's just a huge part of FGO content creation these days. Like the best, like some of the most successful ones, they do a hybrid of those two things, and
yeah.
that's part of why I shifted my content more so towards doing stream clips, because stream clips are just it's just so meta. It's like I already produced this content, now I just repackage it and put it on my YouTube channel. It's more content for people to enjoy.
I should really start
For the
streaming on
YouTube
Twitch.
frogs. If you get that, you get that. Um,
I personally think I should start streaming on Twitch. I have always teased that.
what do you mean? You're streaming right now.
Well, I mean, look, I on my own channel, right? But
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Don't worry, dude. I've got you followed for whenever that happens. All right.
wow, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should. I mean, I can't open. Is there? I don't understand anything about Twitch. Is it? Can I just like not enable subs?
I'm not sure if you can opt out of the affiliate program.
Yeah, here's the thing, cause like I can't make money
Yeah.
legally.
Yeah,
So
if you stayed out of the affiliate program, I think you could, but I'm not sure if Twitch wants you to not be an affiliate, because that's how they were with partnership. Another streamer, Shark, you know who Shark is.
Yeah, I know who.
He was like basically retiring off of Twitch, and he had to struggle really hard to get them to reject it, like kick him out of the partnership program, so people couldn't
Wow.
give him money anymore.
Wow.
Because they
So
don't
yeah,
they don't want to remove a person's partnership. Like the
that'd
partnership
be
is there because they have proved that they are lucrative for Twitch to give more money.
yeah. You could stream on YouTube. Yeah, why the fuck then?
Well, the thing is, on YouTube they'll can't they still give you super chats and stuff?
I can turn that off.
Uh.
I already turned it.
Oh yeah. Speaking, you know how there's like a small bit of a bit of your subscriber base that is still giving you money because they're premium members. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I'm one of the only people giving you money right now. Yeah.
you're gonna get me deported.
Uh, all right, guys. All right, everyone in chat. I need you to get YouTube Premium and just like autoplay all of his videos, so you too can get Plushy deported.
Dude, this is literally a sub goal. If I reach the $100 payout at the end of the month, and they
I
actually
get
pay me, I'm gonna get. Well, they're not gonna deport me, but like, if I want to apply for like a citizenship or something in the future, that'd be trouble. Min turn plushies deport. Yeah,
Bro.
there you go.
Oh, dude.
YouTube sub goal. Make me $100 from YouTube That's almost impossible, I think.
Oh yeah, so this is a hot take stream. And I still got like half a list left.
Let's just go through your list. I don't have
Yeah.
that many interesting stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Numbered between 1 and 10 that isn't 1,
10.
7, or 10.
isn't one. You're really saving that for last.
No, no, I already did one. That was 99% of FGO content creators suck.
Oh,
Yeah.
true. Well, there you go. 2.
All right. This one, 2 weeks ago we kinda went over this, but Buster sucks. Buster is the worst card type. It sucks.
Wow.
It's fun. I do like it. It is fun. But Buster as a card type is just the worst card type. All it is damage, and you can boost the damage of
I like
anything else.
damage.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, but you can boost quick damage,
well, you
but
can't
then you're
boost it
getting
as high as Buster damage.
yeah, but you're gonna get NP gain, and uh you're gonna get star gen out of that. You're not gonna get that out of a Buster card though.
Here's another Minturn brain rot. Oh, I hate that term. I love to hate that term, but the Buster is really good for Minturns. It's
Meh.
probably one of the best card type for a quick like you need Buster card. You need because there is a max of how much damage you can boost. So you need all the damage you can for Minturn. If you can do Buster Brave, it's always good. But that's just Minturn. Yeah.
So yeah, the thing about that though, like the strength of a Buster card, it really shines with a quick servant.
Yeah.
Because these days, Mighty Chains have made Buster great because quick servants really like their Buster cards now. You don't have to.
It's good for 90%.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm reporting. I'm not reporting. Replying to this because you get paid to win to get arts to loop 90 plus plus. Well, you can't get Buster to kill 90 plus plus if you're stuck with cranking. I like to shit on cranking. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, some people have like anti-blonde, not anti-blonde, aerial drive. What about the A's?
Like, Buster is quick in terms of farming. Buster is basically quick. Like, don't even. Like, it's like double coin like if you have to double coin like plug Oberon, a lot of times you can double R Scotty plug Oberon or triple Scotty. It's like, almost the same thing.
Yeah,
It's
but the
almost
thing
the
is,
same
there's more quick loopers that can 0% than there are Buster loopers.
Yeah.
There's like 6 or 7 Buster ones, I think. But with quick,
we did.
yeah, if you just look at the yeah, we went over this before, but
Yeah, we did go over this. Like Buster just
It's
has more
a
options
few weeks ago.
that isn't the meta support. Like if you're just in a vacuum comparing Koi and Light and Scotty, I don't actually think Koi and Light's that much better than Scotty. Like yeah, you can double cast your skills, but sometimes you don't get to. Like Koi and Dark. Like Koi and Dark sucks with Koi and Light. Have you seen her damage with Koi and Light? Holy shit! Like it's just.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, Buster gets its big damage from double stacking its skills, but the great thing about Quick, in like Triple Scotty, for example, you can pop all your buffs immediately. You don't have to pop them on turn 1 or turn 2, then switch out, and then have your third support only do something on the last turn. You have other options for the first 2 turns, because you could just slap out all that damage on turn 1.
Ku, Tonalico, Melusine, and Tiamat, and Oberon himself.
1, 2, 3,
in the
4,
flesh.
5.
Oberon can also do it, but you don't want to do it with Oberon because if you don't kill with the MP, have fun not doing damage with your cards.
Yeah.
Also,
there's also Arc. Arc.
Oh, Arcwade, yeah. Arcwade with no plug Oberon, yeah.
Yeah, but then if you look at the number of servants, just on the quick loop, just on the sheet that Jordan made, we got Summer Okutan, we got Charlie, Takasugi.
Takasugi. 3 Berserkers? I mean, I guess in like 2-1-2 is harder for quick. Maybe. Yeah.
Bradamante, Britomart,
Riku.
Summer Suzuka, yeah. Daikokutan very easily.
Daikokutan is probably one of the easiest ones, yeah.
Yeah, they can 0% without plug, so that says anything. Huyanjuo. Wait a second. Oh, okay.
Can Koji, can she do it?
It says that it looks like she can, but yeah, with double Scotty and Oberon, but it doesn't have that listed. It just has Super Scope and double R Scotty.
But
Yeah, so
it's Kashi
Rikyu,
and Koji.
Rikyu, Lancelot, Zerkerlot, that is. Definitely not Frankenstein. Haha. Karen, Summer Scotty, Dante's. I guess Domon, maybe you could brute force it just with the amount of charge he has.
I don't know. I'm not.
Because you can 80% on his third skill, and that's 1 NP. You just have to be able to get you have to get. Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't think you can. No, you have to get 29% on wave 3, basically.
So I mean, yeah, like honestly,
Voyager,
I think quick, yeah.
Tlaloc.
Dude, Voyager, Voyager actually sleeper servant, bro. People actually sleeping on Voyager post MP buff actually based.
Yeah,
It's better than Dante's.
yeah, dude.
Dante's with like 20, no, even more. He has self refund as well. Whatever.
I can almost guarantee you though that there are several other ones that aren't on the list, that aren't on the spreadsheet that can 0%. I know that Parvati can, and because I know that Parvati can, that implies that there are other ones that could. Because she can.
Valkyrie. Did you say Valkyrie?
I don't think Valkyrie can. I don't know. Maybe they can,
Valkyrie.
but Parvati
Summer
can.
Scotty. Can Summer Scotty do it?
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah, Summer Scotty.
Yeah.
Malay? No, Malay can't. I tried.
Yeah. One of the problems with the spreadsheet, which I don't really blame Jordan for having it this way, because like he's already put in a lot of work, and I can't be thankful enough for this guy because he put in a lot of work for no reward.
Berserkers?
But one of the problems with it is it only has so many comps listed. There are some servants that have that can do things that aren't listed on here.
But that's too much. That's like that. That's
Well,
like, for example.
I'm not talking about like double Oberon. I'm talking about like some servants that that aren't immediate, like they have something listed there, but they don't have everything they can do listed there. So Parvati, for example, she's listed as Super Scope with double Scotty, and that's it. But with triple Scotty, she gets 0%. So she actually doesn't even need Super Scope for any of her looping.
Is this on Berserkers or Sabers? Neutral.
I mean it. I was using her on the Archer daily node, so it was a bit above favorable, but I don't have mine maxed out either. So if you're at 10x10, then it'll be a bit different.
I think even like one of the more surprising ones, I think Summer Skahak can actually loop riders with Black Grill with triple Scotty.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
I think because I didn't have her append max, but like if you pretend, she can get 50 back. She can get 50 back every turn. So you just do battery with the append 2 with one of the 50 batteries, and you MP, and then the next turn, I think you need to blow one of her quick buffs. Do you need to blow? No, you don't need to blow one of her quick buffs actually. Depends on the overkill. But yeah, like Summer Skahak, best quick assassin. No, she's not that bad anymore though. She got like
honestly, I think she's decent. I mean, she would be decent if she's a 3-star right now, but like as a welfare, I feel like she's okay right now. She definitely needs another buff. She's not as good as the average welfare, I would say, but she is way better than like Cha-Cha, for example.
Yeah. they've been giving us a lot of good welfares. Like I still think one of the like I still think what's her face? I still think EO is absolutely ridiculous as a character.
Yeah.
As a free character. Like
Yeah. Hogan can Black Gray Loop too. I'm not sure.
Hogan?
Yeah,
Can
I'm
she?
not sure if Kichi Hogan can Black Gray Loop, but I know she's able to. I know she's able to barely loop with Super Scope, but I don't know. I'd have to try that. I don't
Yeah, but
think I have her maxed out. Most people don't have her maxed out.
yeah, EO is nuts. She was arguably the best AoE arts ruler DPS until fucking Melusine ruined everything as always. But
Yep. Yep.
uh,
Yep. It's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying that uh, they made Ruler Moriarty, and then they made like a bunch of other AoE arts rulers that are either arguably or definitively better.
yeah, Melusine killed FGO. Yeah, there you go. That's my last hot take. Melusine killed FGO. Yay.
Yeah. Anyways, let's raid Rio. He's streaming.
Melusine killed FGO.
Yeah. Hot take. This streamer we're about to raid ruined FGO. FGO.
Wait, there's even more hot takes on your side, right?
Yeah. So we've been through that. That. Um. Really, I think there's only two left.
All right, let's do it.
There's two left, and they're both servant specific.
Yeah,
One or two.
one.
All right. Hot take. Steno is good.
Okay.
It's a hot take. I know that's a scalding hot take because the community at large thinks she is hot shit or she is just
I don't think she's
outright.
horrible,
Yeah.
but like
That or she's just outright niche
like
at
like
best.
for example, last week I it's more fun if we had some conflict and we just don't always
yeah.
agree with each other.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
like, I think you're overselling her solo. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying just like in solo. Like as a solo servant, she can be pretty good.
Yeah.
But I prefer her as a support usually. So
Yeah, buff removal is good.
yeah.
But do you really find her worth it if it's not against a male?
There are some instances, yeah. Because there are some situations where buff removal is just so strong that like swapping her out for some other mid support is better.
Yeah, it is a spammable buff removal. So
Yeah, it's really easy to get her NP.
Yeah, it is a very spammable buff removal.
Like if you got her, and also like if it is male, oh my god, she is ridiculous. Like if you're up against one male enemy, you can give her like a scope or whatever. She can NP once. Then she can use her second skill, and then you can get another NP fairly easily because she also has that battery, and her gains are really good. And Mighty Chains just really, really help her out a lot because you're getting the arts bonus on her quick cards, and like you can work her deck into your DPS's deck really easily.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I can agree with that. I don't know. I don't know. I just still want like another buff on her, maybe battery or something. I don't know.
what I'd like either.
Oh, she already has a battery.
I'd love for them. I know a lot of people want her second skill buff because it's a very sad skill. It's just a charm against one male for one turn on a 7-turn cooldown, and then you got Kama who has AOE all people charmed, and then another effect on the same cooldown.
She should have gotten AOE charm. She would have been a great support for Summer Kama.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool, but.
That would have been a cool
But
team. Yeah.
I honestly would prefer them to buff her first skill because, like, it being 27%, like I'm okay with. I'm not as annoyed by the 27% as I am the 20%, because she has a 20% chance of missing the drain, and that's fucked with me
Oh,
sometimes. So
I think
I
that's the same case with Carmilla, right? They have the exact same thing.
Yeah, yeah, it's the same skill. So I want it to be guaranteed drain. I want it to be 30% battery instead of 27%. And then on top of that, team 30% crit for 3 turns, and then stars per turn. Or star bomb. Either one of those would be really good for her. Because then you've got more card damage buffs. You've got more general use things, like she makes more stars. Because like her hit counts are not good, but she does help in mighty chains. Like if so, I've used her a lot with Ibuki. And Ibuki is divine, so she gets something out of the damage buff. Uh, and then you got quick deck, you got buster deck, and then I'm usually running them with some caster that's a buster support, so they have an art stack. And statistically, that is the best combination of decks you can have for Mighty Chains. Because you got
True.
equal amounts of cards. You got 5 of every card type. So I find that pretty nice. I find that kind
I
of
want her
gameplay
to
pretty
have
fun.
AoE 30. Like I'm more like not that innovative in terms of FGO gameplay, so I really want her to have AoE 30 because there's a lot of
Eh,
good divine farmers for multi-core. Like you might
yeah,
prefer her to other like the
I wouldn't mind
Tez
that.
is divine, right? Like Tez is divine, and like Kama, Ibuki, a bunch of people are divine, and
Yeah,
like
dude, that's another thing. People talk about how niche she is. Like, I mean, I get the male thing, but dude, there are so many. Like, have you seen the list of divine servants? How many of them are just really good DPSs? Hold on, I have to go
yeah,
divine.
like I think she just needs how do I put this? She needs another support effect.
Yeah, she just needs more options,
That's it.
more things
Yeah,
she
she
can do.
needs like another. And
It's,
and like when she can do that, people are like gonna find it worth it to run her with a divine, which is
I mean,
good.
people aren't gonna
And
use
like
her regardless because most people don't like her type of. They People are gonna think she's awkward forever. But you know, maybe my video will
also
fix that. No, that's gonna
also
happen
by the
eventually.
way, um, it's for the people in chat. Divine servants are not just servants with divinity. There are servants that don't have divinity. They're still considered divine. I learned that the hard way with Koyan Dark.
All
I
right,
hate that.
so let's look at some of these divine servants that are strong DPSs. So we got Altera, I guess Sigurd. Uh, we got Ibuki, uh, Dioscuri, Suzuka's pretty good for DPSing. Gilgamesh, Ishtar, Super Orion, although Super Orion's a little overkill in that regard. Um, Karna, Brynhild, we got Tamamo, Erish, we've got Romulus, uh, Canis is pretty DPSy, Ozzy, Kets, Achilles, uh, let's see.
Europe, the entirety of Europe.
Yes, the entirety of Europe.
Oh, Sanzang's divine.
Iris Feel. Um.
If they think it's bad, that they will keep parroting it even if they get
Oh my
awkward
God,
nerfs.
Stheno is divine. What?
Like I blame
Marco,
the
Ar-
content creators,
Arjuna.
including me.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait, Musashi is?
Only this one, I think.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Berserker Musashi, Arjuna Alter, um,
Oh, we can barely hear. Okay,
Spishtar.
sorry. No, I was far away from my mic. I was far away. That was my bad.
Oh, yeah, Kama
Um,
Avenger. That's another big one because she also gets charm damage. Delmon, Van Gogh. Yeah, there's actually some good synergy between her and Van Gogh, because Van Gogh also stuns and stuff. Uh, BB is, and then like, oh my god, there's so many of them, dude.
oh Durga. Of
Yeah,
course.
Durga,
Uh-huh.
Samurabuki. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, scroll down. Why is that thing there?
yeah, because she has like all of the traits basically. It is actually absurd how many traits she has. She has servant, female, divine, oni, dragon,
No,
heaven or
not
earth.
her.
Oh, oh, are you talking about? Oh,
Koyan Dark. That pissed me off so much because I forgot what I was fighting, and then that thing has anti-divine, and I'm like, oh, that thing does. She doesn't have divinity, and I can comfortably fight that boss. Oh no, she takes double
yeah,
damage.
yeah. I guess she has a lot of traits too.
Why is she divine? Light is light divine?
I think so.
Light light has goddess metamorphosis. If she
Yeah,
doesn't have divine, that's weird.
yeah, yeah. She's divine too. I mentioned that. But yeah, like,
Koyan has to be divine because she's not even Tamamo. Is that spoilers? That's not spoilers. She's not Tamamo. She just looks like Tamamo.
oh my god, I can't believe you spoiled something that's been out for almost 2 years on JP.
No, here's the thing. People didn't read Tunguska. It's
Tunguska.
basically a new chapter. People did not read Tunguska. All right. Goddess.
Yeah.
Look, Tunguska was just kind of a mess. Like they didn't really explain Koya. I feel like what Tunguska felt like was they had an alternative backstory for Koyan, and then they just didn't have the time to implement it, so they just threw out some random shit and then make it feel kind of make sense. I don't know, man. Musashi is a Zerk because she ate udon from. Do you mean divine?
She, yeah, throwback to when Ibaraki became crazy strong because she drank out of the Grail, too. Yeah, it's Rashomon. That was like one of the first events that I actually like binged hard.
Because the animals involved in the Tunguska event saw the meteor as divine. They're all dead, but I guess that could.
Wait, isn't Cuckoo not divine?
Cuckoo is not divine.
Shouldn't it be the same situation though? Because
She's
it's
an alien.
animals. It's animals seeing her.
She literally saw her
it's
as
the
a god.
yeah. It's literally the same
Is
thing.
cool.
What? Wait.
I think they just gave her divinity because haha. Yeah, Cuckoo isn't divine, I'm pretty sure.
She has
She's
almost
like
no
beyond
traits.
divine. She's probably beyond divine, right? Like you can think about it that way.
She is. Yep. She is not.
Most
divine.
aliens are divine. Most of the Cthulhu gods, because they're gods, they're still considered divine, even though they're aliens.
I guess it's because. Yeah. Never mind.
Is Arcoade divine? I don't think so. No, she's not. Cersei should have had divinity.
Mm.
Anyways, yeah. Also, yeah, being the three-letter word thing doesn't make her existence outside the domain, even though that's literally an existence that is outside of the domain. Whatever.
Yeah, being the FBI,
Being
the
Dude, it's so
CIA,
funny.
the IRS.
I remember saying like when Lost Files 7 first came out, like, oh, the three-letter word, let's not spoil it. And somebody said, what, ZTL? Like, no. What do you mean? It's not.
That's that is not the no.
He is in fact not the final boss of Lost World 7. I apologize. Alright, I apologize to all ZTL fans.
Is the
Alright, look. 5-hit extra attack, that's not a joke anymore. Append 1 plus class score, 5-hit extra attack is actually insane. He was a prophet. He wasn't
yeah, and you get
He was-
50% star gen too, so you make like omega stars from it.
Yeah, you get more MP, you get more stars. That shit's actually 5-hit extra attack actually becoming insane. All right, that's actually becoming nuts for extra attack. Like it's so funny. But he was right. You know, people hated him because he told the truth. He's the prophet. uh,
Brother.
yeah, yeah. Extra attack right now is pretty nuts. I I like extra attacks. With mighty chains plus class score plus skill like they've been buffing extra attack. Like they've been trying to buff it at least. That's also why I like solos a lot right now because extra attacks are so good. But yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna pull up Photoshop and fuck around in the meantime. So
You have one more.
yeah, I have one more. Uh, which I guess I actually have two more. One of them is Mighty Chains is the best change, but I mean I don't feel like that's that crazy of a statement.
Yeah.
Like everyone who's been following the channel for like any amount of time, you know that.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people do appreciate Mighty Chains a lot right now. It's just they would definitely agree, even without following the channel. Um,
Yeah. The other one is Phantom is useful, which is I guess that's another thing. A lot of these, if you've been like sub to me and like watching my streams for a while, you already knew a lot of these.
yeah, I mean, okay, I really only treat him as buff remover and sometimes charm resist down, not mental debuff resist down. Um, but yeah, Phantom is what Alex. Nah, I disagree.
Yeah,
I
Phantom.
actually disagree.
Uh, I prefer Phantom over Alex most of the time, honestly. I
Yeah,
prefer like a little bit more stars over the a little bit more like attack and quick because most servants don't need the quick. But then like sometimes you want them to die off faster
yeah,
and
exactly.
yeah,
I
and the
prefer
defense down, yeah.
that was what I was gonna say. I prefer utility characters that die in one hit.
Yeah,
And Phantom is right in that sweet spot of dying in one hit.
yeah. And he's more likely to make you crit than Alex is because he's gonna contribute a little bit on stars, and he's not, and he's an assassin, so he has saber absorb basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't
Phantom's
feel
so
like that's
horrible.
that crazy of a take. Now it would be a crazy take if I said Benkei is useful, but that is a lie.
Benkei has buff removal on demand. It's just like Steno.
Yeah, on his NP, which you have to
Yeah,
do something to
Steno.
get. Like Steno, dude, at least, dude, his taunt makes it harder for him to die. Why have it?
Benkei would be a better servant if he was actually Benkei. He's not Benkei.
Damn. Irisfeel is useful after her buff.
Yeah, I
That
agree.
shouldn't be a hot take.
I
That
agree.
definitely shouldn't be a hot take. I think after her buff, like I haven't used her much, but uh, just off of experience and like what I have done with her in the past, I'm sure that is a really good buff because one issue was like she relies on her NP for any use basically,
And she can't
and
get it.
she had some issues getting it sometimes.
Yep.
The other thing is like even though she has some healing, you're better off with Asclepius because he also has on-demand healing, and he has healing in a better form because like you have the guts for both of them, but after the guts procs, you'll have HP regen with Asclepius. You won't have HP regen with her because that's on the front end. Um, and also her healing right now is kind of nuts. Isn't it 100% up for 3 turns?
I think so.
Yeah, dude, that's kind of nuts. Because yeah, yeah, dude, that means 6k heal for everyone, and it's really easy to get that. I still would like one more buff for her, but as she is right now, she has a use. And also having the NP damage buff for the team, it's pretty nice. It gives her a little more flexibility, a little more applicability.
Yep.
Uchi Rider is better than Rider Kentucky. Is that a that is a hot
I
take, but
That is
I
a hot
agree.
take.
I
I
agree.
also agree.
Yeah,
It's
I think he's like one of the most overrated. He's definitely the most overrated welfare. He's good, but
Or hear me out. You no longer have to wait for the best welfare writer. All right, she coming,
well,
coming to a store near you.
well,
Cinderella Liz.
unfortunately, you have to beat Lost Belt 6 for the best welfare rider.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, okay, true. Never mind.
Yeah, yeah, but she's that's like, I guess that's kind of like saying Casterku is a welfare because she's
Yeah.
free on completion
I mean,
of story.
Castricu needs to be MP5 though. So I mean, for a lot of stuff,
Okay.
probably give her free. Yeah, Writer Liz is really good. Writer Liz, like, she's good for boss fights. Like you don't necessarily need to use her, uh, for, but like she's still easy to use for general. I don't know. She's like everything you want is she has, right? Like 3 turn 3 time invul on 5 turn. Okay, that's like that's really that's already kind of stupid, right? She also like has a 30 battery. She has 30 stars. That's what 4 turn cooldown. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
She's good for a lot of stuff. Obviously, the thing that made her shine was Kamazotz, but that's kind of unfair because she has anti Wild Beast. I'm pretty sure Kamazotz is Wild Beast, so she even has a like anti trait for that as well. So she kind of just demolishes. She also has debuff purge on MP, and Kamazotz puts a bunch of like curse or poison on you. Sorry, and then you can just remove it by using an MP. So like yeah, obviously she's like almost built for that fight, but yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what Game Press's ranking of her is, because a couple of them have already made clear their opinions.
Hmm.
I can't wait for them to rank her below Kentucky.
Oh.
I can almost guarantee that's gonna happen. Uh, which is really funny. Like Kentucky is really just a good show of a lack of consistency with a lot of people, because people will say Quick is the worst fucking card type and by a mile, and then they'll say that Kentucky is the best welfare.
There's a lot. Okay, to be fair, there's a lot of really stupid quick service.
Yeah.
Like honestly, if you look at let me do the filter for quick of what I have right now.
Wait, Aussie?
Wait, where's Ozzy? What?
Aussie is Buster.
Yeah, Ozzy's Buster.
Yeah.
Quick
What?
is. Anyways, so let me look at this. Rabbit is positive. Rabbit plays the game.
Yeah.
I don't know what if Wrath plays the game. Rabbit has a
Rat doesn't act
YouTube
like he
channel.
plays the game.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
He's
Okay,
too
so
busy
quick service.
being a fucking creative writer or some shit, making bad puns.
Let me look at all my quick servants. So Ryder Carmilla, absolute garbage.
Ouch.
As
Damn.
as a DPS, absolute garbage. Saber Astolfo's pretty good, actually. Saber Astolfo's pretty good. Bavanshi needs some damage, pretty good. Kama, Assassin Kama. I think we don't need to emphasize how good she is. Tyra, oh boy, another insane character. Saber Medusa. Dude, can we talk about how stupid Saber Medusa is? I think we've already did.
Sure
But
thing.
like Saber Medusa.
Go
Saber
right ahead.
Medusa, I don't know. Saber Medusa is like she has art servants amount of refund, but she's a quick servant. And that's all like from her hit counts and shit. That's insane. I think Saber Medusa is by far the strongest single target quick saber. Just not even close. But also Charlie is good. Saber Okita, yeah. Saber Okita Alter, yeah, really good. Takasugi is interesting. I wouldn't say he's like insanely good, but he's a good utility tool, I guess. Sei
He's
Shonagon is she's pretty fine. Okay, you know better about her.
yeah, yeah. Are you talking about Archer or?
Yeah, Archer, Archer.
Oh yeah, Archer. I think Archer is. I think Archer Say is pretty good. I personally, I feel like she's one of the better AOE archers. She doesn't have good refund, but her team utility
Mm-hmm.
and her own survival, she's got a really good mixture of effects. Because she's
Yeah.
got like team heal and charge. She
Mm-hmm.
has her own crits. She has a pretty broad spread of niches that are pretty applicable in a lot of fights. She just can't loop as easily as most people. And oh, dude,
All
she's
I
got a
hear is
she's got a pseudo PFA. That's always really good.
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna reply to this comment here. All I hear is when Quick starts resembling Arts, things go crazy. Not necessarily. So if Quick's refund starts to match Arts, that's stupid because Quick refunds 3 times less than Arts. So if you have a Quick servant that refunds as good as an Arts servant, that means their base refund on her other stuff is like like you know what I mean. Like if there's a Quick servant who loops as well as a Arts servant, that means they're like MP gain, or either their hit counts or their MP gain is like stupid. It's like absolutely stupid levels of good. And this is also an issue of them balancing recent Quick servants is they just keep giving them hit counts. I think Charlie is the pinnacle of that. They're just like give him more hit counts until he can loop, and then they gave him what 12? Is it 12 hit or 10 hits?
I think
Um,
it's 12. Wish me
yeah.
luck. I'm about to install a font. I hope it doesn't give me a virus.
Oh, good luck. Yeah, 12 hits. AoE 12 hits, bro. Like what is that? That's like he makes over 99 stars. Like that's literally like you're not supposed to design a character like that. They tried to fix their MP gain rate by giving them like high hit count. I'm pretty sure Medusa also has like a lot of hits. I don't remember how many hits she has. But like yeah.
It's a cold.
Jack has 5 hit quick. I think Jack still has a better quick than Medusa, right? Almost. It's still better, I think. He generates so many stars. It's just pointless. Medusa has 8 hits. Yeah. Medusa has 50 battery. Dude, okay, you can't compare these two things. I'm gonna read her skill set. I'm gonna read it in Japanese because I don't know. So I apologize. But so she has bind on her first skill, quick crit up 3 turns, and curse whenever she attacks with quick. That doesn't really help anything. I don't know why she has that. She has 50 MP battery. She has AOE attack up and anti-demonic. What? Oh no, not anti-demonic. Sorry,
Attack for demonic.
demonic ally crit buff for her teammates. Oh, that kind of sucks. That doesn't apply to herself, but it's still a 50 MP battery. And then she has 3x3 turn invul with debuff immunity for 3x3 turns and crit resist for 3 turns. So it's like I don't die in 3 turns basically. So like her skills are so much ahead of Jack that it's just you can't compare that. Bind is spider. Oh, it's petrify. My bad. Yeah, it's like in Pokemon. There's a bunch of different statuses that do the same shit.
The hell's... Where's my font?
Oh, I should lore Saber Medusa. Why didn't I lore her first skill? Hold on. Let me do that right now.
Do it for the lore.
She's just so good. I enjoy her playstyle so much. Like honestly, if I didn't already have Tyra at 100, which is my like go-to solo unit, I probably oh never mind, she needs the new material. I don't have that. Like I'd
That's not
probably
what I'm
try to
looking
grill her and get her to high MP. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't need to 120 her.
Tungari.
Well, 120 helps a lot for solos. Ironically, 120 helps less. Helps Tyra less. Like I see a lot of Tyra solo players that have 120 Tyra, but they didn't feed her HP foe. Because
Dang.
Tyra wants to die to get more damage. so you actually might not want her HP to be too high. Like sometimes you actually want her to proc her guts so she can get the vengeance, which is an interesting thing with her, I guess. But I'm probably still gonna try to 2k for her, both of her stats. Yeah. 40% chance though. It's not that great on its own. Phantom helps. Phantom cannot help. I assume you're talking about the bind. You're talking about the bind on Kashin Koji. The bind on Kashin Koji is not affected by buff chance up, right? And buff chance down.
I think I know what you're talking about there. It says on the wiki that it's not affected by stun chance. I think that's what you're thinking of. It actually is it's still a debuff, so it is affected by debuff.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's stupid.
The reason why it says that is because it's because stun and bind are different types of debuffs. So if someone has stun immunity, like Gadia, for example,
you can still bind.
Yeah, you can still bind him. So that ignores stun resist.
Oh, wow, I'm stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, you're stupid.
Yeah, we memed on John for that. I'm stupid. Alright, my bad. Yeah. I don't know. This week has been... I apologize. Like, this week has been... There's not a lot to talk about this week, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is what it is. I need someone to send me... I need an idea for a thumbnail. See, I'm not gonna be doing a ZTL thumbnail now because that's too easy. That's too easy to copy. I got another one though. Someone just send me some funny image. Something that looks like an FGO image that may be slightly grainy.
Grainy.
Yeah. Or you can find me one. Yeah, that's. I didn't want to bother you while you were talking about something else.
I'm not talking about anything.
A thumbnail for what kind of vid? I'm just making a thumbnail right now. That's. I'm doing the same thing I did week before last.
I have an idea. Hold on. Give me a second.
All right. Do a Rio thumbnail. I don't know what types of thumbnails he makes. Like I've looked at his thumbnails. They're just kind of weird.
Them that much. Yeah.
Yeah.
He puts the Melusine.
Yeah.
Ahegao face.
Yeah. Oh.
That's it.
Oh, there he is. Hello.
Oh, he's
Wait
here?
a second.
Wait, I thought you were streaming.
Wait. Huh?
Rio, are you not streaming?
Hello. Hello, fellow streamer. What? I'm very confused right now. Where's this image you're sending me?
Me?
Yeah.
Do you mean me? I haven't gotten it. I haven't sent it.
Damn it. Hurry up and send it. What are you doing, dude?
You need it to be grainy. I'm making it like...
I can greenify it. Don't worry. Like I'm the Photoshop guy. I Photoshop. I photo all the shops.
I'm very original with this joke. Trust me. There you go.
Right.
Okay, no, this probably doesn't work. Hold on. I'll just send you one of my thumbnails, maybe.
I'm thinking more so something along the lines of
gameplay?
Yeah, like a screenshot of some gameplay. Maybe something like that. Zoomed out a little bit. Some people might they might catch on. They might catch on real quick. Cause I know how to copy people's thumbnail formats because I'm good at Photoshop. Hey, if you guys want to pay me to make a thumbnail for you, I'll do that. I'll get on Fiverr. I've actually considered doing that, like getting on Fiverr, like charging $5 for a good thumbnail. I can do that.
Hold on. There we go.
All right. What is this?
Big crit numbers. People like big crit numbers, right?
Yeah.
It's not even gonna be the right ratio, but
I'll figure it out.
all right. There you go.
Oh, okay.
That work?
Um, I'll try to make it work.
X Naya? He doesn't make thumbnails. Oh, he
Yeah,
does, but
yeah,
he makes like
yeah. He'll put the fucking Muramasa swimsuit thing in
yes,
front of a screenshot.
Muramasa with the
That's a
no,
thumbnail.
Muramasa
God,
would be
I
the
hate that.
code.
Like he'll put it in just some random thumbnail that makes this. He put it on the, you know, the quest that the advanced quest with like the BB's crew, and you have to,
Yeah.
yeah, like he did a 2-turn, and for some reason he just put that in front of it. Like, why is this here?
What?
Yeah. Yeah. I was speaking very disjointedly. Uh,
Something wrong.
continue. Continue talking. Continue
I don't
talking.
know.
Yeah, talk about
I'm trying to make original funny thumbnail. I get no views. Yeah, you have to make clickbait. Look, being tasteful about clickbait is an art. Is an art form for FGO. Not FGO, just YouTube. I think being, you know, yeah.
okay, so I'm gonna do big damage. Uh I feel like that's a I can't see anything yet. Don't worry, that'll come with time.
The color of the text determines what this is.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, let me get the gradient tool. That'll
The funny crit number gets you. Yeah, like,
uh
it's not that funny anymore nowadays
oh
because
yeah,
you can get like really stupid numbers.
he likes goldish colors on his text. Get some mustard.
Put red arrows.
No, that's the wrong kind.
That's why ZTO is successful, and then he's like, okay, so they aren't a must pull, but they're good. Well, I mean that's most characters. That's just most servants. Like it's really hard to justify a must pull. Like honestly, like for example, once again,
ugh.
One Gina in terms of gameplay is like one of the strongest single targets in my opinion. Like in challenge quest specifically, she's one of the literally. I'm not. This could be like me hot take, but like I think she's one of the strongest single targets in the game. Period. But
Put a stroke on it.
is she a must roll? Obviously, she's, you know, like must rolls would have to be characters on the caliber
Stroke
of
isn't
like
that
Oberon or Castoria, like very good meta supports. I might not even call Melusine a must roll. Like, is Summer Melusine a must roll? Summer Melusine is like she can loop 1/1/1 berserkers. She's the arts looper who has such good refund that she doesn't have to care about enemy count. That's a must roll, right? I don't think Summer Melusine's a must roll, right? Like she's so close to being a must roll. Like she's so good in CQ, good in looping, whatever. But like I don't think she's a must roll, right? Like it's just you just can't justify like the game where you're supposed to get what you like. Like the game is not hard enough, as we discussed earlier. Like it's not worth going for meta over what you like for this game. It's just not, unfortunately.
Here we go. And I guess we just take that. I gotta turn the flow down on my. I turned up the flow on my on my brush because
The only must roll candidate is Castoria.
yeah, these days, yeah.
Knave kick thumbnail. Didn't I do that? Dude, that's such low damage as well compared to the day. That's so funny. But like that's one of the highest viewed videos on my channel. But it's like nothing compared to what we can do today. I guess power creep is a thing, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I was just not well versed with how the game calculation works as well. Like sometimes you don't want to just stack a bunch of crit buffs, or I don't know. And right now, also it's not fair anymore with Van Gogh. Like, let's be real, Van Gogh MP5 Van Gogh can give your foreigners what 200% crit up per MP. You hit crit cap after 2 MPs and some other shit. Like, dude.
Okay. Yeah, dude. Rasterize. We gotta rasterize it. We can't. Okay, we gotta. I got a macro for blurring stuff. It's very good investment of time figuring out how to do actions on Photoshop.
Nocnaria doesn't do crit damage. She doesn't have Van Gogh synergy. What Nocnaria does is big heals, and people don't care. But she heals a lot. She can heal she heals 15,000 at OC5 base. So you can use heal boost CCs or the Tamamo heal boost CE to make her heal a shit ton of HP. Knock Buster card, bro. I don't know.
Oh, I forgot something. He does this weird thing, and I don't know why he does this weird thing, but he increases the size on the first letter of every word.
It's capital letters. You gotta emphasize how it's capital.
Yeah. It's not the same font.
Nocnaria is free Oberon. Nocnaria is free Koyan Dark. To a lot of people. Nocnaria, she doesn't charge herself with 30 though, which is unfortunate. If her buffs were truly AoE, that affects herself as well, I think she'd be absolutely insane. I have to be closer to my sorry. I think Nocnaria, if her buffs applied to herself, she'd be she's still already one of the best welfares. But if Nocnaria has applies her 50% attack up and defense up to herself, holy crap. And the 30 battery. Jesus Christ, that character.
I've been trying to make her work on Stern. I'm trying to figure out something video worthy, but she is kind of nuts there. As long as as long as the supports are living, she never dies. She only
her MP cleanses as well, right? What do you? Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're good. Oh, that's the problem. He doesn't.
Knock would be better if it was a buff, so it couldn't miss. You're right.
Oh, that's what I'm fucking up here.
Dude.
The kernings. It's wide.
Nocnaria, when you try to farm with her and you pair her up with someone with Goddess Core, it actually fucks it up. It fucks up the skill seal, and when you don't get the skill seal, you don't get anything. Which is absolutely horrendous. Somebody suggested backlining Avengers, because Avenger has a passive that reduces debuff resist.
No, you see, the real strategy is using Caskill, because Caskill gives the team debuff success.
Oh, bro, I don't know.
It actually works.
No, Caskill. Well, yeah.
Yeah, someone
I don't know.
Someone tested it in chat, so I trust him.
Well, Caskill is Caskill has an arts MP though. You don't want to pair him with her with arts MPs. Well, okay, it's pretty clear what who's this is.
Okay, let's make. I could
want to make someone viable. Run them with 5 supports. That's fair enough. But actual benefit to Summer Kama not having Goddess Core. She only has the Love Gods something.
There we go. Don't really pay too much attention to why bottom text is on the top of the image.
He doesn't do big clickbaits though, unfortunately.
Yeah, but
if
the thumbnails are so fucking ugly. Okay, I hate I hate how he keeps using the text, the fat, ugly text with the massive stroke and the obnoxious background on everything. Like it. Oh, dude. Uh, yeah, I know. It's me as a like I went to college. I had graphic design classes. Like it, I it's so, kind of painful to look at sometimes.
Oh, I never realized he doesn't. I thought what he did was, did the outline with dark, but no, he did like a he does like a black bar.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of image editor he uses.
Almost full power. Phantom is good with the giant emoji.
Now we gotta take another friggin' oh, that's wait, why is it not showing up?
As much as I like to make fun, and I had like a fake beef with him, but I hope we resolved it with the
You didn't even
Minturn.
have a beef, dude.
Yeah,
Like
with the
he probably didn't even know anything happened.
you min turn with Cloud. Yeah, you min turn for Cloud and all that shit. But I think FGO YouTube was better when he was mainstream. At FGO, it was a better time when he was mainstream. It was a better time when people cared about gameplay. I
Yeah,
like I'd be lying if I'd say he didn't, like, he was not one of the people who inspired me to make FGO content.
same,
Like yeah, like
same.
FGO YouTube was a way better time when he was there.
Yeah, yeah. He kind of hates FGO these days. It's kind of sad
Hanako
to
was
see.
mainstream. Wait, what do you mean Hanako was mainstream? Hanako was the biggest, like he was the face of FGO English.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, back in my day,
Back in my day.
when you say FGO content creator, the first person they'll tell you is Hanako Green. The second person they'll tell you is GNA reviews and X Naya, and that's it. That's the three channels that existed on FGO. It was Hanako Green, X Naya, and GNA reviews, and Razor Ninjas, I guess. But Razor Ninja is more of a Twitch streamer. I don't think his YouTube was that big. But
So the funny thing is, the first two that you said, those two are the YouTubers that inspired me to start making FGO content. See, but
GNA reviews.
the funny thing is, one is positive influence, other is negative. Like, I made my first review video because I was pissed off at GNA reviews because his reviews are not good. Like, he's one of the wiki readers. Uh, he he he's another one of the people that clearly doesn't do a lot of gameplay, but still makes judgments and tries to guide people on gameplay. That I
He's
was
the
complaining.
first wiki reader though. He no,
Yeah,
he's
he's
the
the
wiki.
biggest. He is the biggest wiki reader.
He is the wiki. He is the wiki. He's on the wiki. Every servant page on the wiki is his fucking
Yeah,
review.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's funny too because like his videos get put on the wiki a lot. Like if you open it up on mobile, it'll autoplay one of his videos usually.
Yeah, I used to have some problem with his reviews, but honestly, like he sort of pioneered the format, and also, I think one of his issues was, like, at least for me, is like when I first started. So not as me plushie who whales a bunch of money on the game, but plushie who just started NA and didn't whale, right? Like one of the issues he uh I felt when watching his reviews was, why are you suggesting these shit CEs that nobody's gonna actually use? Like I know you can't just every time say, oh, in terms of what C is good with them, Black Grail. Like I know you can't always say, oh, it's just Black Grail. Or just cranking, because honestly, in this game, out of like, I don't know how many C's are in this game, probably like 500 C's. There's like 50 usable ones, but like sometimes a bit of a stretch. But yeah, but he's like, he's the guy who pioneered the whole thing, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't like that he pioneered it because his videos aren't that good.
You know who should see as we're making fun of him. You know what would have made the FGO YouTube community better if Hanako Green made the reviews first.
Ah, dude,
He would have been an infinitely higher bar for reviews.
dude,
That because he actually plays the game. Like
I don't know about that, dude. Like, the the reason why people dislike him, it's not because of his gameplay experience or anything like that. Like him being okay. So the funny thing is, he was the face of FGO YouTube, but people started disliking him as soon as he started opening his mouth. Okay, people are annoyed by him. He's and like, don't get me wrong.
he's
Like
just negative. He's just
yeah,
negative
yeah. Don't get
Nancy.
me
Like
wrong.
it's not like he did anything wrong, but yeah, he's just really negative.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's not like I just hated him from the get-go. I watched his channel. Like I was an avid watcher of his streams. Like I was there for every stream for like several years. He just got really fucking annoying to me because he just keeps going on the same shit over and over again,
He's
and
right
it's
most of
just
the time. Yeah, but it's the same thing. Like we don't have to listen to that for 20 times. Like this is also the reason why people are like, "Oh, plushie, why do you why do you suck FGO's PP so much? Like why do you never criticize it?" Well, I can't come up with new shit. Like everything everybody said for like 2,000 times. Like yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, sorry for sidetracking, but like yeah, like story replay. Yeah, I know. It's been 8 years. All right, don't need to
You know,
remind
like,
me. It's
yes, I would like story replay too.
yeah, but like
Yeah, but I don't need to be reminded that you won it 5 times per stream.
yeah,
Shit.
it's like it's just the same thing. You don't need to reiterate the same shit every time. Like I do that a lot more on my Discord server, but I feel like it's more like a personal thing, and even that gets annoying. Like let's be real, that gets really fucking annoying when you just keep complaining about the same thing.
His chat's kind of responsible as well. Yes, I agree.
Oh yeah.
His chat is part of why I just could not keep watching because there are so many fucking small brainlets in there that just love to clap their feet together and make monkey noises because he's going to be angry about something and like they don't care what it is, they just want him to be angry.
Yeah,
So they'll just bring up the
I'm
same shit
also
like,
more
"Oh,
bothered by his fans.
I saw this whale somewhere said that something isn't good," and then you just go off on about it, and it's like, "Here's the problem with F." I know you've said this stuff so many times. Do you know what I love though? I don't hate his rants. I love the unique ones. So like years ago, there was this really funny rant where he was chastising people in chat for appreciating microwaved Pop Tarts. And that shit is so.
What?
I know it sounds so weird, but I'm on the train. I am one of the people that says yes. Microwave Pop Tarts are fucking
See,
great.
it's funnier if you ran about different things
Yeah,
every time.
exactly. Variety is fun. Like he is a pretty funny guy at times. It's just he got really jaded about
Where
the
is
game and now
Plushy Mistress? Wait, can you guys not hear me again?
uh
I'm here. I am Plushy Mistress.
no, it's me with the voice changer. You guys couldn't tell until now by Pop Tarts. It's a very strange thing because Pop Tarts are advertised as pastries that you're supposed to put in the toaster. They're toaster paste,
Yeah.
whatever they're called. Um, but it turns out that they're actually pretty good if you microwave them too, which isn't something you expect because it's a very dry pastry, and usually things that are dry don't heat up well in a microwave. But it works shockingly well. So that was the type of stuff that I was there for, but it stopped being there, so I'm not there for it anymore.
I actually agree with the guy who brought up the audience. Like most of the times when I get pissed off by a content creator, it's actually their audience. Like I
Yeah.
did get really pissed off by ZTL, but like because he used my footage and stuff. But like honestly, it's kind of whatever, right? But like one guy ticked me off so much that I just because he said like I remember him commenting because I commented under his video saying like, hey, you know, like I already tried to tell you like don't use my footage or something, and then he's like, gameplay footage is fucking worthless. It's anywhere. He can take it from anyone who he wants. You're not special. Like why? Like fuck you. He didn't say fuck you, but that you know that's what he said. He said like gameplay footage is worthless, and he can take it from whoever he wants. So you're not special. He can literally take it from anyone on YouTube, and I got so pissed off at him that it just extends to the creator. So honestly, I think a lot of times the audience is sort of
Yeah.
responsible for how
Yeah.
people feel.
Yeah. The thing
Um,
about that is like that's not how fair use works. That's like fair use only applies if it's transformative. If you're using uh Beat It by Michael Jackson as background for your review of a fucking sandwich, that is not fair use. That is you just took a song that people like and you're putting it in your video because you like it and you think people will like it. It fair use means you're critiquing it or it's being worked into the final product. There's actually it actually offers something to it that isn't completely just itself. It has to have
yeah.
something unique that it offers.
Wait, you got timed out for saying since Kinchi Huang's MP doesn't redistribute stars on the turn it's used, Gawain shouldn't either.
Damn.
Wait, how? What's the context of that? Also, no problem, man. I'm glad you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the
It's comfy.
context? What?
When I came here, I didn't expect to feel so validated when it came to certain FGO topics. Yeah, yeah, there it is again. People, people
I'm
are
glad
here
to
for
get
validation.
validated here as well. I'm glad to get validated by chat as well because like I
Yeah,
feel like sometimes I'm scared of expressing a lot of this stuff.
yeah,
Plush you mistress
yeah.
is your favorite fairy knight Tristan? Yes,
No,
it is.
his favorite fairy knight is Fairy Knight Tristan. Tristan isn't a fairy knight.
Tristram is. Um,
Toriko.
Trico from Pokemon. Um, but yeah, like I got muted for saying what one command code does. What?
He can be a little he can get a little annoyed if people try to like tell him something he thinks is
Backseat him?
yeah, yeah. The definition is pretty up for interpretation.
I understand why you don't like backseating. Like I remember when I was playing Samurai Remnant in VC, and then there's a guy who keeps telling me, like he's trying to be nice. He's like, "Oh, just learn the dodge timing. The Musashi fight is one of the easiest ones in the game." And I ended up spending 4 hours on it. So I did get a bit pissy, but like most of the time it's probably fine, right?
Just learn to dodge, dude.
Look, it's
Just get
difficult.
better at the
It's
game.
it's yeah, I know, I can't. I physically can't. I was kind of running Hanako in the background. Heard something that sounded along the lines of, "Does Gawain's MP buff reissue stars to his Buster on the very turn it's used?" And tried to answer that.
Dang.
Does it?
It
That's a
doesn't.
good question.
Yeah, it
It
doesn't.
doesn't.
It's
Oh.
yeah, it doesn't shuffle it until the next turn.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Otherwise, it would just make a crit that wasn't gonna happen, which doesn't happen. Yeah, that makes sense. Why didn't you dodge? Fate's skill issue has been the highlight of my week. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. They're not pulling in amazing views, but I feel like it's a different form of content.
Yeah.
I find it pretty interesting to try to edit the parts I find what I said is kind of funny. Usually it's me suffering, but like into the video, it's easier content than like FGO hot takes and stuff. Obviously, it's like a stream clip. It's basically a stream clip, right? But
Yeah.
edited stream clip. But I only stream in voice chat, so it's like 8 viewers. But
Guys, I realized something. Prepare for your minds to be blown by what's on
oh
screen.
no.
But it was me all along.
Oh, bruh. Ain't no way. Teased. The secret. This is like, dude, this is like how Matt Pat does FNAF theories. It's like, oh my god, the highlighted words spells Freddy Fazballs.
I tuned out to what you're saying for a second. What the fuck about Freddy Fazballs? What?
I don't know.
What?
I heard someone make a joke about that sometime. I don't know.
What?
What?
I just didn't expect. What? That's
Is
just
he
such a.
I don't.
Oh man. So I'm not entirely okay. So I'm really proud of the. Okay, on another note, so I'm really proud of the visual that I gave for people on Green's chat, uh, clapping their feet together and making monkey noises.
Oh
I fucking I I'm really proud of myself being able to pull that description off that cleanly. Just not to toot my own horn.
The scary wind-up monkey.
Yeah, something like that, I guess.
Yeah, then in Toy Story, that's watching like
Yeah.
the security camera.
I guess I don't know.
He sees like Hanako Green, ranting. He's like, "Ugh."
See, that's why his eyes are so strained. He's been sitting there watching every stream, hoping that he screeches again.
He complains about story replay. Look, it's just his points are not bad, obviously, because he plays the game. Like honestly,
Yeah.
he's one of the last bastions of FGOtube creator that actually plays the game a lot. I won't claim I have more experience with the game than he does, honestly. But like he just talks about the same thing, which is fair, because like
Yeah.
that I guess that's a sad like realization of none of these things actually changed throughout the years. I don't think he plays that much anymore. Yeah, I know. But like
he's busy playing Dragon's Dog Water.
What?
Dogma.
What
I don't know.
is that game? I don't
know much about this.
I don't play video games.
I have nothing against the game. It's just making just making fun of something for no reason.
Is he not like Freddy Fazballs? Is he not playing Samurai Remnant?
He doesn't like Musos, and like I guess
it's not a Muso though.
I guess it looks enough like a Muso that he wouldn't like it.
I don't think it's Muso.
I don't know. Mario music is mid?
Damn, how dare you?
Wow. The hottest take of the night, and it came from chat. Wow.
It's Muso adjacent. I guess
Very
it
wrong
is.
take.
But like, I feel like he'd enjoy the boss fights if he likes Elden Ring. Actually, I don't know if he likes. Does he like Elden Ring?
Oh yeah, he is
Elden Ring.
He's a big Dark Souls guy. I'm sure he has a ton of issues with Elden Ring, but yeah, he streamed a lot of Elden Ring.
The side quest. Well, yeah, it's a side quest. Like you can skip it. You can skip it. It's like nobody can get what it's supposed. It's a fucking Fate game. That's what it. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
He he doesn't like weeb stuff as an FGO creator. What do you mean?
He doesn't. He doesn't like. He got tired of Japanese characters, I guess.
Oh.
That's he calls it weeb stuff. By the
Oh, I
way, he
see.
rolled on Tamatomo after saying that. I guess Tamatomo is an exception.
No,
That's
he has armor. It doesn't count. It's not weave. So how do you?
yeah,
How is that? That's look. I like his design a lot, but Tome was literally the pinnacle of weave stuff. He's a
yeah.
he's a robot Gundam thing that's also a Japanese samurai archer. Like that's literally if you put all of the weeb stuff together and like mash it together, it's like making the Powerpuff Girls, but except you add everything weeb into the pot and you stir it. That's what comes out. That's just yeah.
That's something that always it's always funny to me in hindsight. Trom had like it was as far as servants and nationalities went, it was like one of the most diverse singularities we've had in a long time. Because you have a Spanish guy, you have a
Yeah.
British guy, you have several Chinese people. Wait,
Yeah.
is it several? There's usually several. I don't remember. But there's
There's always
people.
several
Oh yeah,
Chinese people,
a
like in
German
real life.
person. I think Creamhill counts as German. Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of different ones, and oh yeah, several French people. That's what I'm thinking. Um, but everyone ignored all of those, and after complaining for so long about getting too many Japanese characters, they look at the only character there that is Japanese, and they're like, why can't we summon that?
It's the same with Takasugi. Like the Takasugi when he came in, like, oh, everybody loves Gouda NPCs,
Yeah, I
right?
don't think that crowd really cared much for
Oh, I
Takasugi
guess.
though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. He's
I
a
say
robot.
I say that crowd. I can't really deny though that I have a lot of overlap. Like my community has a lot of overlap with his.
Yeah.
That's why I'm hesitant to uh
He's a
yeah.
look. Like, here's the thing, right? We're not saying it's always the vocal minority. It's never like look at how many viewers Hanako Green has. How big of a following he has. We literally said he was like the OG, the biggest, the literally the
Yeah, we said nice things about him. We can be mean to him too.
no, I'm just saying he is FGO. Like back in the day, there was a time when he was FGO. He was FGO, and like I said earlier, when he was FGO YouTube was infinitely a better place than it is now, in my opinion. But yeah,
Especially
like
right now, there's just not really anything happening. Speaking of
I mean,
things happening, I did a cool video yesterday, and people
ooh,
seem to
check
be
it out.
liking it. Yeah, go check it out, guys.
Go check it out, guys.
Yeah, I did a challenge run last week, and I clickbaited it, and apparently, I don't know why, but 3 people disliked it.
Happens.
Less than, like in 12 hours, I got
You
3
can be
dislikes on
very
it.
mean. What did I do? What did I do again? I mean, I know I can be very mean. Are you in my Discord server? If you're in my Discord server, then I don't have to ask why you think I can be very mean because I am. Oh, you mean auto? Never mind.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I consider myself a pretty honest person. I do sugarcoat a lot of things, but I, I, I am not too afraid of speaking what I think about people. Um, I
Hey yo, ZTL saying Tomo Are was it? Oh, I referenced that at the start of the stream, right? That that
bruh.
that that's his best take in the history of his channel.
How many minutes long is that video?
I don't know. It's
It's
like
over 8, right?
yeah, definitely. I
How
don't
do
know
you
what he's
make
talking about. He
how do
he
you
he's like
make
theorizing a servant, I guess.
how do you make 8 minutes out of that?
No,
That's like a statement.
he's basically like theorizing a servant. I think he did the same thing for Saber from Samurai Remnant.
Oh,
that's kind of a cool idea, honestly. Like
yeah,
custom server. I know it's
yeah,
cringe. Like people say it's cringe, but you know, like if you put enough effort, it's at least original, right? Like
yeah,
it's like a cool,
yeah. It
like a
takes
cool,
creativity, unlike most of his
yeah.
content.
Oh my, oh, I wasn't gonna go there.
You don't have to go there. I go there for you.
Um, I'm
Oh,
not
wow.
knocking her or her fan. Wait, what are you talking about? Pocket has. Oh, well, yeah. Well, she's she's a variety streamer. She's not just FGO.
Wait,
She. I'm
wait.
not the. I'm not defending her just because I'm subbed. Shut up.
Oh, oh, Pocket. Yeah,
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 she makes them up.
yeah.
She's
She
not
is
just
very,
FGO. She's like
she's very hyperactive. It's a very good trait for FGO, for not just FGO, for streamers in general. And yeah, she hits a lot of the boxes for Twitch audiences. So she's very hyperactive. That's why there's a lot of popular streamers that have ADHD. It's kind of funny, but it makes sense.
my
But she's
my
also a
sister.
VTuber,
Yeah.
so
The Say
VTubers always help.
Shonagon of FGO YouTube. She'd be ecstatic to hear that because Say Shonagon's like one of her favorite characters. So she's crazy with like what she puts time into. We played in a Minecraft server. Dude, there's actually a plushie SMT. Not SMT. What do you call that?
Shin Megami Tensei,
Yeah, not Shin Megami. Fuck. What do you call those?
SMP.
SMP, yeah. There was actually a plushie server SMP for a while.
Yeah,
Um,
they built Fluffy, didn't they?
yeah, we built Sir Nunos, and she joined, and she built a whole building with like automated sugarcane farms and stuff, like over a couple of days. It's just a whole like giant ass building, and this just appeared out of nowhere. She spends a lot of time on stuff like out of nowhere, which is very surprising to me. Uh, but yeah. Yeah, she has hyper focus brain, exactly. So she also
Yeah.
built like a fucking nether highway with like across a lava lake with a I don't know. It's crazy. Uh it'll be in that server's gone.
Damn.
But look, I have the map saved, and because my members wanted to restart, uh they wanted to restart the server because they got bored with the old one, and my Mac couldn't run Forge very well, so I didn't really play on it much. But because they wanted to add like modded stuff, but apparently I'm very excited to see it when they're done because they tell me to add more mods to help them. They're recreating Lost Belt 6, like the entire map. I don't know what their progress is, but it's been like 2 months. So might have something crazy. They're not done yet, but yeah, they got some cool stuff. It's led by the people who built Sir Nunos in the original one, which was already crazy to me.
I think
Yeah.
you already made a video on it though, didn't you?
I did make a video on that. On the Sir Nunos, yeah. I think I only tried to dig the hole for it, and I didn't even finish digging it because it was so large, and it was vanilla Minecraft, and it sucked. Um,
Honestly, the better way to do that, if you're gonna do something crazy like that, do it in
TNT.
Roblox.
Oh, Roblox.
Roblox is a lot better for like more detail stuff.
Yeah. How CERN is tall and lanky. He was gonna be even lankier in his older design. I think that definitely shifted towards the fluffy because like if you look at him in Summer Bavanchi's animations, he's like fluffy,
This is a dating site. Oh no.
bruh.
Right? Oh, right. I don't know what they were thinking. Like,
Well, what did they
they're
do?
they're so tired of people on their website, like dating already, which is against their terms of service. So they're like, okay, well, let's make it an official thing you can do. You know, this website that's made for children. Let's
Yeah,
let's do Roblox dating.
yeah. That's totally not gonna like. Look at how many groomers Minecraft YouTubers are. Like, and you're making something Minecraft adjacent into a fucking dating site, bro. That's literally there's gonna be EDPs running around in that game. All right, this
Well, hey, at least they're making some. I, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it'll be great because they're used to
no.
welcoming child groomers. So, like, seriously, it is so terrible on there. Like the amount of stuff, like the amount of uh, not safe for work stuff that there are people pushing specifically to kids, trying to get them into stuff. It is absurd. Have you
Stop
ever heard
playing
of
Roblox, people.
Yeah, have you ever heard of Ruben Sim?
No, I'm
Did you
not.
ever did you ever hear of did you ever hear that Roblox was like suing a YouTuber for like millions of dollars?
Yes,
That's him.
I have heard it. Oh my god, what did he do?
Well, they hate him a lot, and he's not allowed to play the game anymore. But since they're constantly checking his Twitter and all of his social media to make sure he isn't doing that, he started uh, he he started this ticket system where people will submit like groups and profiles and items that are not safe for work or trying to prey on children or whatever. So he will post links to those and they will delete them because they are afraid of him playing the game again. So
Oh
he's
my
doing more
god.
moderation work than they are. He actually got like a whole team onto it. It's really, really good, and it just goes to show how shit uh, Roblox devs are. Speaking of Roblox,
Uh,
I kind of want to play that one
Roblox
that
fake game.
yeah that I liked how that looked. Like I didn't like how the blockiness looked. It looked silly, but there's like this
No, it is
anime
Roblox.
fights thing,
Yeah.
and it's like I showed it on stream a few
Yeah,
episodes
you
ago,
did.
but
It's
I, I
Face
want to
Samurai
play.
Remnant at home.
Where's my bucket hat and my glasses? Um, it's not summer anymore. I went outside and it was cold, so off goes the summer gear. I don't know why Plushie's still wearing sunglasses though.
I'm blind.
Yeah, he's hiding his blind eyes. Yeah,
Anyways, wow, what were we talking? What were we talking about even?
we're talking about all sorts of FGOtubers
Yes.
and and
Oh, this
making
is
very
gonna.
str-
Are you?
yeah. This
Oh,
is
you're gonna upload it. Can you not upload this? Or cut out the last part. Cut out
uh,
the last part, please. I'm begging you. Cut out the
I,
last part, please.
I don't know what part to cut out. There's so much of it.
The
It's like
entirety of the last part. I don't know.
the last part. We have no parts. This is a freeform
After
content.
the final hot take, what's the final hot take?
Uh,
Just cut it.
Phantom is
Cut it.
useful.
Yeah,
Man,
cut it there. Cut it there.
no, people are just gonna re-upload the full VOD, okay? They
No.
probably don't. I don't know. Now that I mentioned it, someone's probably gonna want to do that.
This lost episode. Oh my god.
If GoTubers, my favorite is that one called Plushie Mistress. My favorite video of his is when it. Of course, it's a Morbius meme.
Plushie in shambles. Yeah.
Really let the filter go for this one. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we've been getting a little more daring per episode.
Oh yeah, we didn't even have the would you like him if he was a little girl guy on stream today. Uh
I mean, he's in chat right now, but he's also
are
streaming.
he's not in he's probably back to streaming. I don't think he's Please,
Well,
Tomo Aria be a low star. She's gonna be a 5-star, a
what?
4-star. Sorry.
I went back and forth in chat a little bit in the last however many minutes just to make sure there weren't other FGOtubers here, but yeah, he's in chat still.
Damn. Time to start beef. I love starting beef. I always start beef.
Beef is delicious.
Yeah. I don't like starting beef. I'm joking, but like,
Yeah. Do
Do you really think they make a Tomo face a low star? Tamacat, unless you mean like really low star. Then I don't know. She could be a cool 3-star.
Can we add barbecue? I had a barbecue pork sandwich the other day. It was really fucking good. Like it's such a simple thing. You just put barbecue sauce on some roast pork, put it on a bun with some cheese, but it's so good. I don't know. It's an American thing. I feel sorry for you non-American people that you guys probably have something similar to that. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Well.
Well, yeah. That's it. That's it, people. That's
All
all,
right.
folks.
All right. We time to cut out so much of this episode that now it's like an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
Hey, where'd the other like 2 or 3 hours go?
No, it's a very short episode. I gotta go do something, right? It's very busy.
Yeah.
We're all very busy, you know. Like,
Yeah. Think lasagna will ever add Korean service? I don't know. I don't know why'd you ask me. Like,
maybe.
I appreciate
Actually,
that you're
no.
asking
No,
the questions,
Japanese
but
people
I don't know.
Koreans. They're not gonna add a Korean character. Wow, that's maybe they should cut that out. You should cut out that as well.
I mean, it's we're talking about someone else being racist, not ourselves being racist. We're not the racist ones. They are.
All Asians hate other Asians.
I would like to say for the record that I am not saying anything in that regard, and he is Asian, so he's allowed to say something.
Haha, I'm Chinese, but I'm Taiwanese, so I can be racist against Chinese people. I don't know.
All right, now just because you want me to cut a lot of stuff out of this video doesn't mean I'm going to
say anything I want. I'm joking.
Yeah. Sir, there are still 100 witnesses here.
So he's just saying he hate other. I'm joking. I don't.
And I don't want to. I don't like deleting VODs. Not that they won't delete them anyways. I'm not a partner. Speaking of partner, I already mentioned this to Plushy, but apparently these podcasts increased my viewer average enough to where I got the Road to Partner achievement.
Oh, you got the 70%? No?
No, you have to you do the achievement and then you have the ability to apply. So the things that you're required is you have to stream a certain amount, which basically everyone already does that. There's 3 things that you already that you achieve easily, and then the one thing that's hard to achieve is 75 viewer average. So I normally average like 30 viewers on some FGO streams, but then I have some times where I have like 150 on a podcast stream, and then like keeps fluctuating, but it averaged out to over 75.
Let's go. That's pretty nice.
And then I played 2 randomizer runs of Legend of Zelda, and I tanked it down to like 69.
Bruh. For 70%, you need a high monthly sub count, and it can't be Prime subs? Damn. Why? You still spend money on Prime. That's so stupid.
Yeah. They yeah. Right now, how many? I have like
Prime subs don't make them what? Oh,
yeah, Prime. Yeah, Prime subs are free.
Well, yeah,
but
you partnered with Amazon. That's what you get in return. How can you say that?
Well, they don't get anything out of doing Prime subs.
Oh
It's
well,
just,
Ninja Kit Kat for the tier 1 sub.
hey, yeah. Speaking of subs, thank you for the donate to Akia Cobb.
Mist struggled to make it. Damn, Mist. I saw his video on it, but I didn't
When
know
was
he
that?
struggled. He struggled to make the actual 70%. He made a video thanking his viewers, but I didn't know he struggled.
Oh. That I think that's a different thing. If that
Yeah.
was recent, that was a different thing. It's a new rule that they give to uh, larger streamers. They have because like they made it so. I'm gonna fuck up the exact precise terms of it, but yeah, Partner Plus. That's it.
So you get a
So
bigger cut, right? But
yeah,
they get a
because
smaller cut. Yeah, the same thing.
yeah, at a certain point of time, people like the big partners, they will make less money. They'll go back to 50%. I don't know why. I guess it's like
It's
they
like
really
getting
like that.
taxed.
Yeah, but I mean, like to on one
Tax
hand,
rich.
like that they're making like you have to make a certain amount off of Twitch, and I'm not sure if that's what it is with Mist, but if we're talking about people who make over $200,000 a month, um, I mean, they're losing $1 per sub. They're still gonna be fine. Like, oh, okay,
$200,000 a month?
yeah, yeah. During the leaks, I think the top
A
earner was like
single
three hundred
person.
k.
Oh,
Yep.
top burn. I thought you mean like that's like
Well,
the fucking average. I'm like,
well. Oh no, no, no.
I'm dropping out of school right now.
No, dude, you need to like have hella subs, dude. You need like we're talking about people who average over 20,000 viewers.
Oh, okay. No.
Like, I yeah,
Dude,
yep.
if Miss struggled for that, then FGO streaming is not looking good. He's literally the top FGO streamer. Like, who even comes close to him? Like,
Uh,
I know Pocket's big, Cadrot's big, Fino's pretty big, but who the fuck even comes close to him? Like, he is the top dog on FGO Twitch, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's
Asmongold, gamblers, and hot tub streamers. I can do all
look.
three at the
Hot
same time.
tubs, hot tub streamers don't make their money off of Twitch. They make it off of
Mm.
OnlyFans. Like I tell you, they are streaming on Twitch not for Twitch content, but to promote their OnlyFans. Yeah.
All right, dude. Look,
I block
like,
them every time Twitch pushes them to me. I don't want them showing this shit to me. Like it's
look,
such bad content.
look. 2IQ, big brain. Look, you have to stop hyper focusing on her getting big donos. It's like once. Like usually her donos is the same as Mist. It's like I'm not saying it's a small amount. It's usually like $80. But that's just how it is usually. Like yeah, obviously she got like she got real pocket whale,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, dude.
Like
That guy is
you know
insane.
him. Yeah.
Uh,
I
because
don't know what he does for a living.
yeah, he must own like an oil rig or some shit, dude. Because
He
he
donates to like every streamer as well.
yeah,
Like real
he does
pocket.
it in Fino's chat. He does it
Yeah.
in
Mist
Pockets.
probably.
Uh,
Does
I
he do it in
I
Mist? I don't know
think
if
he
he does.
does with Mist. He's donated in Danny's chat.
Oh
I
yeah,
know he's in.
Danny. Yeah. Just because I
Um,
watched.
I'm not sure who else. He followed me at some point in time. I'm not one of the lucky guys, but yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, real pocket whale. Yeah. Who do I have a big don't? No, I'm what what if I start streaming? Who's gonna be my sugar daddy? So I can waste more money on this fucking game.
I'm sure Rio can work something out with you. It's not gonna be me. I tell you that.
I know.
I can't even pay myself, dude.
Here's the thing. Like I know I sound a very pretentious for
Like,
saying this, but I said this when I was streaming on YouTube. I turn off super chat because I have people donating a lot to me. I'm like, you should spend that money on your own account. Like
You should spend that
why are
money on
you
me.
why are you okay? If you're an FGO player, why are you feeding this guy's gambling addiction? Like, why the fuck are you like? For me, at least, like, why are you feeding my gambling addiction instead of feeding your own? I,
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
think you should feed your own. I think you should go. You should go to. It's the same thing. Like, you should go to Vegas yourself instead of paying for some guy to go to Vegas and pull on a slot machine, right? Like that was always what I said when people ask like, why did you like sometimes I do turn off super chat when I feel like I'm not doing anything particular, just because I don't really feel good taking like $20 or more from people. But that is a bit pretentious. I feel like if I come back to streaming, I probably won't do that shit anymore. It's just like it. After thinking about it, it's more like a, oh yeah, look, I'm better than you moment, when it's, I shouldn't do that. But anyway, I don't know why I brought that up. Because it's funny to watch Miss get his 16th waiver. Is it funny enough to donate $80 for? Like, really? Is it that funny? Is it that funny though? It's ruining my life as funny. Is it worth $80? It's not even like you pay $80 and you ruin my life already. You have to pay me $80 like every time.
yeah.
I don't get the whole donation thing for it. Yeah, that's what I don't get. Like I say this as like a genuine question, not as a poke to other streamers, because if your job is to stream and make money, and people donate to you, you're doing what you're supposed to do. But like, my genuine question is like, why are you spending like up to $100 like every other fucking banner for this dude when you also play FGO yourself? Like, you have too much money. Yeah.
Yeah, I could help. Nah. I need to stop making greedy jokes. I mean, I know my favorite character is Shiba, so it's in character. That being said, hey guys, there's a GoFundMe link below for replacing my shit headset and mic.
Like, I get donating like $5, $10, $20. I don't get I even get donating $80. I don't get donating $80 and saying, take this and pull on a slot machine and use all of it. I don't get that. Like, if you got a better reason for the $80, sure. I don't understand why you gotta like donate to people and like tell them to spend the money for you. Like, why? What's the point? Like, are you taking pity, or are you just think he's funny? But like, is the funny worth $80? If the funny is worth $80, then he must be like a stand-up comedian, right? I don't understand.
Yeah, I guess people. Yeah, I guess it is. They just want to see the streamer happy, or they want to something like that.
That's really wholesome.
When people give other people money, there's a bit of a brain thing that goes on where they feel like they were generous, even if it might be wasted. They feel like they did a good deed. I guess it's something like that.
I think I warned the people who donated to me before on stream that I really appreciate it, but like, I didn't warn him directly on stream, but like, when I was talking about it in my own server, I said something along the lines of like yeah, the streamer does appreciate you, but because of how many viewers he has, he probably can't treat you as personally as a friend, compared to what you might want to believe, right? Like, that's just not how it works, unfortunately. Like, if you feel like you're supporting a friend, that's not always going to be what you get, because they're not always going to be your friend.
Yeah,
right.
That's a big part of Twitch. It's very parasocial. Also, I realized what I'm missing in this image. I had it sitting in my preview, and I'm like, okay, I gotta have.
They don't want to see them sad after spending so much and not getting any. Well, yeah, that's what I mean by taking pity. I get that, but like, you have to think about it this way, right? He has enough money to waste on this game.
I don't.
Now do you feel sad about it, right? Like, I thought we were friends. I'm not your friend. Plushie mistress said it here, right
I'm not
here.
your friend, pal.
I'm not your friend. Dude, this is.
I'm not your friend.
Dude, I can't spoil this, but this is like, this is so similar to something Iori said in Samurai Remnant.
And this reminds me of the time in Fate when, in my favorite anime, when the character did something similar to me.
You think I'm your friend? I'm not your friend. I don't know who said feet. Nobody said feet. You on that feet brain rot, bro? Right.
Yo, missed in chat?
Who gave $600 to a female streamer, asked her to be his girlfriend, and his boyfriend came into the room?
I think he said her boyfriend.
Oh, so fuck. I'm gay. Anyways. Oh, somebody's gonna clip it.
Wait,
No,
wait, why is that? Why is that the thing you took out of it? What?
I don't know. So someone's gonna clip that. God damn it. But the
Gauge.
but yeah, like, look, Twitch is not your gacha game. You can't roll for a Twitch streamer for $600.
I mean, if you have enough dollars, you could, but you shouldn't. Like, it's just like you might not think you ever need those dollars, but eventually you might need those dollars. And it's better to have more money than
game noises. Yeah, the entirety of the Plushie Mistress channel is a 3-year long con to me coming out of the closet. There you go. There you have it, people. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna grab water.
All right. I realized that the one thing I was missing was I needed to have the character in front of that. Oh, well, maybe not in. Oh. Yeah, make it like that. Yeah. Oh, but then our sword's in the way. I'm too lazy to put it underneath that layer, so I'm just gonna erase it. Yeah. There we go. Man, if I had a team comp for it, you could take a screenshot of the team comp, and you could put that on here, but that's, but I need a screenshot of the team comp to do that.
Donating to gacha stream is kind of a bad thing. I think it's a weird thing. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's a weird thing. Like yeah, I did say fuel their gambling addiction. I don't think it's always the case. I think, yeah, like I've seen some like CS:GO gamblers get donations, and you're basically buying him cocaine, right? Like, or something. You know, you're fueling his addiction, but it's not necessarily the case for FGO. I think most
God, you're so
FGOs
right. Sorry, I'm someone in chat said something. Yeah, I do need to put a vignette on it. I suck at making these though.
The gacha role also, that is true, I guess, to get the watchers addicted to. No, I mean, I don't know. That's just how it is. Like people will blame FGOtubers for like, why are you promoting this scummy gacha game? But that's just how it is, right? Like, it's not gambling. I already defended FGO not being gambling last time. Like, in order for something to be gambling is for something to have resale value. If FGO servants are tradable, it'd be actual gambling, but it's not. So there you go.
Yeah. And no matter how much you roll or how lucky you are, you're not getting a return on investment. Unless you're an FGOtuber that makes content, I guess.
Dude, that's such a dude. The money you make back from getting a servant does not cover it. And also, like, you don't need to roll the servant.
Better than I expected.
You don't need to roll the servant to actually make content on that servant. I'm not gonna go further because that would be personal attack again. but like
Yeah,
you
I
know
mean,
how many content creators they don't actually show gameplay footage of the servant. You don't actually need to pull the character.
oh boy, we're going into it again.
You absolutely do not have to pull the fucking character to make content
Yeah,
about that character,
wiki
right?
readers.
No,
Whoa.
plus you need to
It's an
need friends.
all-encompassing term. We're
I
not
do need friends.
pointing
I
the.
don't have a lot of friends. I mean, I have a lot of friends online. I have a lot of friends offline. I don't enjoy spending time with them. That's just like I don't know. Like they're nice people, but that's the extent I'll go. That's as far as I'll go in terms of describing them. Like I don't really think they're friends. I apologize. Um,
Hmm.
yeah,
Well,
like
after this stream, we're definitely gonna have a chat about what we need to cut and what we need to not cut.
that got dark. No, it didn't get dark. It's just I don't generally like people I work with, in work. It's just they bug me. They
Eh,
annoy me.
yeah, I get that.
Probably you work with them too long. Like that could be an issue. Like you're spending time with them like every day, and it's also like not chill. You're spending time with them when you're like stressed and doing work. So like that's why like there's only two ways this can go. It can either be like because both of you are suffering, you form like a camaraderie, or you get really fucking annoyed. Like you just associate him with work, and you don't want to work with him, right? That's just what happens. Like, you don't want to deal with coworkers all the time.
Keep the I am gay part. Yeah, I gotcha. I'm keeping
Yeah.
that part.
For engineering intern, I wouldn't go drinking. Yeah. Funny enough, my coworker does play FGO, but he's also the kind of guy to complain about the same shit all over,
So
like every time. But yeah.
so I won't say that you should feel bad about not wanting to be around people because it's just completely possible that there's not anyone you work with that you like. And not
Yeah.
liking a person isn't a sign of you being a bad person. It just means that you and them don't get along. Because
Yeah.
two completely fine, good people that get along with most people can just not get along with each other, and it isn't really a demerit to them. It's just how they are.
Yeah.
So don't feel bad about that. Like you're just in a situation where you don't like the people around you. But hey, as long as your mental health is going all right and like you got friends online, um, as long as things don't become problems, then it is what it is. I think it'll be fine. But if you're in a job where okay, if it's a choice, because I know you're on like visa and stuff, and it's
Yep.
unique. But if it's a job that you don't like, and you're around people that you don't like, yeah, just keep looking for another job. That's then it's a problem with the job, definitely not you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it got really sad in the end, but I think this was a
That's why
fun
it's not
episode.
ending yet. We're gonna
Well,
laugh at something that isn't an
oh no.
FGOtuber. Uh,
Wow,
hold on.
rare. That was a rare occurrence. We usually just laugh at
Quick,
FGOtube.
quick, guys. Someone think of something funny for us to laugh at. I'm out of hot takes. I mean, well, there's the Muramasa sucks Lamau
No,
hot take.
oh my, no, it's not even a hot
Yeah,
take
we
at
can.
this point. It's just
We can laugh about how Muramasa sucks.
I need to upload something. Oh,
eh, yeah, we can figure out what you want cut after this. It is what it is.
I mean, I don't mind any of what I said. I think you should mind a specific thing you said. That's it.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Way to make me feel like I'm. Alright. I, okay, to be fair, yeah,
it was no,
yeah,
it was just weird. It was
yeah.
like
It's a
I don't
really
want
weird thing to say.
unnecessary
Yeah. Don't worry
trouble.
about it, guys.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
don't.
Whatever you do, don't go to the VOD and listen at that point of time. I don't know what point of time in the VOD it would be.
I don't think I've recovered enough from the Durga. The funny thing is, I did get the 6th copy of her off of like a daily single. So honestly, that probably balances out like 6 copies for that amount. Like it's not amazing, but that's just what it is. I probably can't afford to try to 120 something anytime soon, but yeah.
But hey,
Durga was definitely an impulse decision. Like I feel like if I went back in time, I probably would just 100 her. I wouldn't 120 her. But yeah.
hmm. Well, the good thing is, if there is a little bit of drama that gets stirred up, well, I mean, at least there's something happening in FGO. If not FGO itself, at least
It's
the
gonna
FGO
happen
community.
Wednesday. Don't worry. We're gonna get something awesome this Wednesday. It's yeah.
And people are gonna be upset about it, and people will make videos about being upset about it.
They're
Yeah,
always upset. It's
yeah.
like it's FGO. Like at this point the expectations are so high because like they make people wait. So like, at this point the people's expectations like things that would actually make them feel happy it's so hard to achieve. It's basically impossible at this point. So that's just how it is.
We will
Like
we will
yeah.
shoulder this burden of being the thing that people hate for the week. Uh, please don't hate us.
Dude,
Please
I
don't hate
didn't
us.
even say
We're
anything wrong. Come
guys,
on.
guys. We're honest, okay? If we're honest, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we're mean. We're just honest. Fucking. Uh. Okay. I'm. I'm not
Yeah.
really making fun of anyone in particular.
Yeah.
I guess it's
Don't
just.
make it big.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh. Guys. Look at this funny picture of Ilya. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a funny picture of Ilya that I think it's actually I think I actually have an emote of that. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, I do have it. It's from a
Well,
funny from some sort of meme. I need to bother Danny about it to find it. It's good. Anyways, that's a positive note to end it on.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know
Well,
what?
thanks for having me.
I'm gonna frame it and put it on a wall in the podcast room. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, thanks for being here, man. Thank you for drumming up some controversy today. I'm really
uh,
I'm overbeating that joke. I'm sorry. Uh, yeah, if I beat it a little, it's not that weird. But if I beat the joke that much, yeah, then it's a problem.
yeah, I have to come up with something to upload. I only uploaded one video today, and
Oh man, only one
didn't do
video
well.
today?
Yeah,
Dang.
I have to rush the new ending for Samurai Remnant because people like spoilers.
Play Fate Remnant. Well, in the time that you typed that, he figured it out.
Yeah.
Good job. All right. Okay, so goodbye, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. This is the end of the YouTube recording. Bye bye.
Bye bye.